Hallo,
Hallo.
wie geht's? How are you, Julian?
Ja, wie geht es dir? Mir geht es gut.
Mir geht's gut
Und
auch.
Jenny.
Ja, geht mir gut auch, Julian.
Ja,
Danke.
sehr gut.
Danke schön. Guys, Twitch chats, welcome to the September Nova Cup. I think before we pop into the game today, we've got about 10 minutes before the matches start anyway. But I did want to introduce something a little bit exciting, I think, for those of you who might have a bit more of a design-oriented mindset. You know, not everybody has to be a giga try-hard nerd. Other people have artistic talents. And with that in mind, guys, let me introduce to you the Legion TD2 skin design competition. For anybody who's ever had a fantastic idea to introduce a new unit skin into the game, this is your time to shine. Because the winning design is going to receive not only 10,000 premium essence, which is about $70 worth, by the way, but on top of that, their skin design will actually be implemented into the game, which I think is really cool.
I agree.
So the idea of the competition is you have to come up with a bit of a theme for your unit. So it has to fit onto the existing model. You can't just bolt, arms and tentacles all over the place onto your favorite unit. It has to basically be painting the model of the unit that's already there. And you can't be too offensive, obviously. Like, it has to be something that's appropriate to be in the game. But other than that, pretty much anything goes. Like, we can have memes, we can have all sorts of crazy ideas. And the best part is that this is going to be community chosen. So the winner is ultimately going to be whichever design receives the most votes. You guys, if you want information, this image here will always be available on the !bracket skin comp command, sorry. So you'll be able to come and check out these rules and have a look at it any point during the cast or later on. But before we kind of crack on with the rest of the competition, I thought I'd introduce this competition. I think it's a really cool idea, and I think it's going to be very exciting to see some of the designs that people come up with. And I think it's great as well that it's going to be community voted. So whichever is most popular with people on Reddit and on the Legion Discord is going to be the winning design. There's not a panel of judges or anything like that. It's just purely community chosen, which I think is fantastic. So Boaty McBoatface, that kind of meme thing, is probably in with a solid shot. And just and just to explain to you guys kind of what the submission should look like, here is one I prepared earlier. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's probably no need to hold the rest of the competition because this entry is already so good that nobody else really has a chance. And that's fair, but don't be disheartened because I'm sure that with all the kind of creative minds in the community, someone or some ones will be able to come up with a design which is nearly as good as mine. Nearly as good. But this just gives you an idea of what a design should look like. So you can see, obviously, an extremely well-drawn picture of my chained fist there on the left, and a bit of a description. I've got a unit name, I've got a bit of blurb about what the skin should do, I've got some pointers about the sound effects changing because obviously, you need the attack effect to be like a bit of a light. What does a balloon noise make, Julian? Can you do a balloon impression for us? What do you think?
Pop.
Perfect. And then obviously it needs to explode when it dies, rather than just the chain fist kind of noise that it currently makes.
Yeah.
So I know, like, you guys are going to be a bit scared about going up against my design, but give it a go. Like, I'd love to see your submissions on the Legion Reddit, and I think it's pretty cool that we're going to have a community design skin brought into the game. So thanks to AAG for that, because they're going to be the ones who have to do all the hard work, right? So yeah, let's crack on, guys. Let's see your submissions.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the submissions. Unfortunately, I'm even more useless at design than you are, which is pretty hard to do. But I am. So there will probably be no submission from me. But I'm sure there are people that are very talented.
Unlucky. All right, guys. So anyone wants to take another look at these rules, start preparing your submission, just type !skin comp into the chat and you'll get a link to this image with all of the rules and stuff for you to bear in mind. And with that said, I think we should probably have a look into the tournament, Julian. What do you think about that?
I think that's probably a good idea, given that that's what we're here for.
Well, I mean, skins though, right?
Yeah, skins, dude.
I think for the first game on stream today, we're going to go for the Brazilian Carnival duo. I think they're playing against Doomsday, which is the Japanese duo. But I really wanted to spectate Skills and Papai in their game. I've been watching Skills' stream quite a lot lately, and I think he's just a lot of fun. He's pretty much a Fiesta main, so you can expect to see some clowning around in the game. You can expect to see a lot of underbuilding and over pushing, and I think that's just going to make for some pretty fun content on the stream.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be very, very exciting, certainly. I don't know who I'm favoring actually. Like, it's everyone's game, right?
I mean, it is. It really is. And the thing is, these teams are very much opposites, I think, because Skills and Papai, they like to underbuild and send a lot of income and try and snowball. And Skills in particular, he's going to Fiesta, he's going to leak a lot. Whereas the Japanese duo, I think they play a bit safer. They definitely like to starve. We played against them a couple of times before the cast, actually. And boy, let me tell you, do these guys like to starve.
The Ghost Knights on 8. Yes.
Oh, no. Yeah, we got Ghost Knight on 8 twice in a row. So, yeah, that was fun. That was fun is the right word, right?
Yeah, certainly.
But it's pretty interesting to have like a diametrically opposed playstyle with these two teams. Like, one is just going to be a lot of push, a lot of leaks. And the other is going to be a lot safer and go for those big GK8 plays.
Yeah,
So,
and I don't know which playstyle is better at the moment. Like, both can work, and yeah, I mean, I've tried both playstyles and everything in between. So it's gonna be very, very exciting.
yeah, my normal playstyle is just income sending every wave and then molding when I lose. Which,
Yeah,
you know, it's a pretty
You're
solid
very good.
playstyle. It's pretty good.
you're very good at that
I'm
playstyle as
very
well.
good. I'm very good at the molding part.
Yeah,
That's my specialty. Like,
yeah.
don't be confused, anyone in Twitch chat, thinking that I'm like have a stable mental state or anything like that. Because boy, when I start losing, the soul really comes out.
Yeah, same here though. Same here.
It's got to be done. It's all about the passion, dude. You're not passionate. Are you even really living?
No, you're not.
All right, let's see. I think we're just waiting for Papai to complete his tropical blessing, and then we should be able to get ourselves into the game.
Ooh, I'm excited. I haven't done casting in a long time. Jesus.
I haven't had you on the cast in a long time, yeah, and it is always a lot of fun for me actually to have you on board. So, I think,
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun to cast.
Your camera's frozen. Never mind. There you are. You're back. Amazing. Sorry about that, Twitch chat. I know it was better when he was just a picture instead of moving, but there you go.
Yeah, it was better when the camera was disabled, right?
100%, dude. 100%.
Yeah, and then you only need me to mute my microphone for the perfect experience. Yeah.
Oh, that would just be incredible. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So the time is about right. Papai should be back any minute. He still isn't.
Yeah, he's probably scared, hiding on his toilet.
He must be. I wonder if it's still warm there in Brazil. How are things in Germany? Because after dying for the entire month of August at 40 degrees, it's kind of cold here in the UK now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind it when it's colder, and I think it's very pleasant in Germany with like 15, 20 degrees right now. So it could stay like that. I really don't need more than 20 degrees ever in my life.
This is pretty much perfect.
Yeah, I love it. Unless it's raining. I don't particularly like that because I have to bike everywhere where I'm living. So it's not as enjoyable when you go out and you're completely soaked when you get wherever you need to go.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Unfortunately, being in England, we don't have much of a choice. It's raining near permanently.
Yeah, I mean, the city I'm living in is like famous for the constant rain.
Yeah.
And it's also famous for being like, I don't know, religious in a sense, or the church has a lot of influence here. So there is a saying that it's either raining or you can hear like the bells from the churches. And if you hear both, it's Sunday.
Okay, nice.
So this is basically this description of my city that everyone knows. Yeah.
Now I'm kind of running out of content. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
You're back in top 10 right now, Julian. How does that feel?
Yes.
Just in time for your camping trip tomorrow, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, it kind of feels good to farm these ladder points by camping now, but I would much rather be rank 1 and camp because it infuriates people more when you do that.
True. Very true. I think the real trick is to get yourself into rank 1 and then create a smurf.
Yes.
Like that's the big brain play,
Yes.
That's the proper camping.
Yes. Get rank 1 by duoing with a smurf, and then...
Oh, now you're talking, dude. Now you're talking. Get yourself boosted to rank 1 with a smurf, and then create another smurf so that you never have to risk points.
Yeah, and then just Q-snipe all the others that are close.
Oh, we've got a game!
Oh!
So,
starting!
After all of that nonsense that we've been spouting for the last 10 minutes, there is a game without warning. Ladies and gentlemen of Twitch chat, we're about to start game number 1 of the September Nova Cup. It's the Brazilian Carnival, that's Skills and Papai Zeta, versus Doomsday, which is Ryuzaki1229 and Otika. And without any further ado, I think you've probably all had enough of me and Julian. Let's go into game number 1.
Once the guy has finished loading.
Once the guy's finished. There's the Fiesta. Let's go, Skills. This is why I picked this match to watch first.
L'Amiral.
L'Amiral. L'Amiral.
And he has Windhawk start. Oh no, he also has Seedling.
So
the choices.
Good.
The choices. Oh no.
Man, he's just a Fiesta god. He's going with a Seedling.
Yeah, it's better actually.
It's really solid, right?
Oh, lovely, man. Jesus.
Really solid. I mean, I just love to see it. We know that we're in for a fun match when we've got Skills on the Fiesta Seedling.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have Papai playing Cartel, which obviously is a very strong mastermind option to be able to cover your Fiesta mate in the early game. He is going with the Archer and the Polywog, although I think this does leak to a Snail, so without having the Polywog even height, that's pretty risky play when you have a Fiesta teammate.
Yeah, and there's a high chance they will get snailed if the Japanese duo did their research.
Yes.
And
it looks like they're king-upping from yellow, and Teal is going to save. So Teal begins the starve already on wave 1. He's got the Windhawk himself, 5 workers going... Oh, never mind. We have a king-up. Unlucky. Oh, and he has a chain fist as well.
Not doing their research properly.
Yeah. I think if you check the profile of Skills, you know that he's a Fiesta main. You've got to know it's worth sending that snail.
I don't know. If he has a Windhawk, I think I would actually go wave 2 with a DT, because it really ruins the Fiesta of certain openings.
Yeah. And Skills is going for the 5 worker line, so he's not going to try that second seedling on 2. He's going 5 worker instead, making sure that his 1 Chloropixie is definitely dying. There is a snail send this time from Otika.
Yeah. And Papaya is now finally sending as well. I guess he just wants some income. He wanted to have a bit of pressure, which is fair. When your teammate leaks wave 1, saving on 1 is kinda good, because you can definitely send 40, sometimes even pre-income. So the enemy is under a lot of pressure. What do you think about Disciple start, Penny?
Disciple, I think it's fine. Like, it's quite slow. Obviously, it's 195 gold unit, and if you're not playing cash out, that means it's 4 workers until wave 2, which I'm not a big fan of. But if you have solid, like, arcane units to pair it with, and he does have Gargoyle, which is obviously the best unit in the game on wave 3, then I think the Disciple start can be just fine. It's decent then on 4, 5, 6. It's okay on 7, it's good on 8, and obviously it's great on 10, so I think it's fine.
Yeah. Do you think he's gonna get Gargoyle, or is he just gonna build the flower? Oh!
Well,
okay. Okay.
I think given that he only has 126 gold, probably not the flower.
No, he built already. He had 140 gold.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Can't make his mind up. Going with the Devilfish in the end. I mean, he's 330 value for workers. This should just be an easy hold, right?
Yeah, it should be fine. And it's the correct choice if he wants to build this.
Yeah.
Because he gets 80, so he has to be very safe with the Disciple on 3.
We have to have a look at skills lane, though, because building so close to his Pixie, it's just never going to die again, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless he leaks, which with Fiesta, I think he is planning to leak.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine to build like this, no?
I mean, true. But you want it to die every wave as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? You don't want it to just die on the waves that you leak.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I guess he's just playing it a bit safer, which is usually his approach to Fiesta, at least in the early game. And then in the mid game, you suddenly check his lane and there's 25 workers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everything looks pretty even right now, though. We've got 6 workers on 3 of the players. Only Papai, the cartel player, actually behind. But he is being starved by a tryhard. So
yeah.
Ryuzaki has 95 Mythium already. He did not spend it here. And with Papai showing the Pilgrim there, I don't think he wants to send on 5 either. This might just be a straight 6 or even 7 play.
Yeah, and I think straight 6 play is really good because skills is also very weak on wave 6 so far. So I think
Otaka sends, but Ryuzaki, he does continue the save. So Papai is under a lot of pressure, actually.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a really good unit for this wave to add with 150 gold. Like, you would love to add, say, 3 bucklers or... Yeah, but now he adds a shroom and he has 50 gold left. You don't want to spam it. Spam like 3 polywogs. Oh, the post-income mole.
Safety mole.
Oh, that's just rude.
It is really rude, actually.
Oh, Pilgrim not tanking, boss.
Oh, no. I mean, he's got a lot of single target magic, so the boss at least does go down quickly, but yeah, the zero split tank is really hurting Papai here. Now his Pilgrim tanks, but it's too late. Gonna leak.
Yeah, it's not a big leak.
He's very happy with this, though, let's be real.
Yeah. Yeah, he's leaking Moland 1, which he probably always leaks.
Skills is just holding the income send. So the leak of Papai is just going to kill his Pixie in mid. This is perfect for Skills and Papai.
Yeah, well played.
Brazilian Carnival off to a really strong start here.
Yeah, especially given that the mole was post-income. Like, with a post-income mole, you really need to do damage on wave 5.
Yeah.
And as you can see, Skills on fire.
Yeah. Well. The post-income sends are just so damaging to power score. It might even up again after this wave, but you can just kind of see already the lead that Skills and Papai have gained from that.
Yeah. And I don't think Skills is leaking here. If Skills leaked here, then this would be fine for the Japanese team, because a shutdown on wave 6 is like so much value.
You don't think he's leaking here with 500 and... Oh, sorry, I thought we were on wave 7 for some reason. Professional caster, by the way.
It's wave 6, as you can...
Yeah, it says, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just checking. I was testing you. Testing you, Julian.
Okay. Well, you were successful.
I mean, his aggro split is perfect for skills.
Yeah. Oh, is he actually leaking though?
Pie.
He's actually leaking.
The Fiesta
Oh,
Gold. Let's
shut
go.
down!
It's
Shut
a shutdown.
Ah!
Oh.
Ah!
I mean, he's happy with the Fiesta leak, but much less happy with the 25 gold.
Ah! It hurts.
But look on the right side as well. We were so focused on the pro leak from skills, we didn't even see Ryuzaki and Otaka leaking as well, taking ping damage themselves on wave 6.
Yeah, but it's not like Popeye sent power mercs, so it's kinda okay for them. Especially with the shutdown, this was very good for them.
Reasonable.
But let's see. I mean, now the Japanese duo, surely now they will start saving for something. I mean, surely.
If I'm looking at skills and Popeye, it screams out wave number 9 to me.
Yeah.
Or even
especially
10.
with this income send, you can push really hard on Otsuka and Ryuzaki. So I think they can push really hard and go 9 or 10. I think 10 might be better with the current king situation. I don't see Popeye or skills holding 10 if they get a 300 send on wave 10.
Yeah. Now both of them hold, both of them push. Do have a worker lead going over to Teams Doomsday. And yeah, they do skip wave 8. So as expected, this is almost certainly going to be a big old send on 9, especially with skills showing the Avenger here as well, because now the 10 looks even less appealing.
Yeah, 10 is less appealing now, but I still think, like, as long as skills doesn't get out the Sovereign, which he shouldn't, you can still send on wave 10 and leak it with, like, a Ghost Knight or something.
That said, though, skills, because of the really strong start he's got off to, he has double the income of both players on Team Doomsday.
Yeah.
And he's just on value, even though he's being starved.
Yeah, and Popeye read the game correctly and assumes there's a 9 cent coming, so he just prepared with a Pyro on wave 8.
Yeah, good call there from the Brazilian.
Yeah, but I don't know if this is maybe a full tanking Pyro on wave 9, in which case it's less good than when it can just obliterate the wave in seconds.
Yeah, he'll have to put a melee unit here, right?
Yeah. But he also doesn't have the...
Ooh, unless he wants it to be a full tanking Pyro.
Maybe? I don't know though.
With the Chieftain Pyrotech.
But I'm not sure if this is really worth it. And Skills is on fire again, which you really don't want to be on fire with Fiesta. It's the worst feeling. 2
Avengers though. Yeah, I know what you mean. But they're saving Skills and Papaya, so all they need to do is not die here, not take too much damage. Yeah. And they're in a really strong spot.
Full tanking Pyro kinda dies very quickly.
But it is a 3k fortified tank with that Chieftain buff.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
No, it's not terrible, but you would much rather have a deal damage, I think.
I mean, he just holds, no? Enough value?
No.
Yes? Shut down on skills. Oh no, never mind. Close though for Popeye. Very close. Oh, that is just devastating. Penny leaking the mole there.
Yeah, that's a penny leak. Ooh, and the income send on 10. Interesting. I don't agree with the income send here. I think they should have tried to get some damage here on wave 10.
Yeah. Well, Popeye's going for the leak, so he sends that pack leader. A DT to go with it. He'll be able to send one more DT as well.
Yeah, but you're sending into a Trinity Archer. And the DT might make the pack leader actually tank more than just the AoE from the Trinity Archer. So if you're unlucky, the double DT he's gonna go for is actually making your send worse.
Yeah. But look, I think the DTs from skills are actually not a bad send. Like,
No, they're not
Ryuzaki
bad.
has so much magic damage, and they're going to tank the disciple shots as well.
It's true. It's a good send. It's probably the best send actually.
Other than like a mimic or something.
Yeah. And the pack leader does survive and only tank the split shot, but I think he's still fine on Nautica because
Well, now
Trinity
the pack
Archer.
leader dies, the boss is just getting speed run,
Oh!
but it's close.
Busty leak.
0% HP.
That's a busty leak.
Yeah.
Certified busty leak.
This one though, this is a 52% HP
Yeah.
boss. This is going to deal some proper king damage here. Wave 10, very strong against the king currently.
Yeah, but it's okay because it's just one boss and not like an ogre with it or something.
Yeah.
It's much more dangerous if there's two bosses or like a power merc with it.
Skills going for what I'm going to call a bit of a questionable Ocean Templar on 11. It's a fine unit for later in the game, but it's a very expensive 400 gold aura that's only buffing, you know, 2 Avengers and then 2 very cheap units there.
Yeah, but I think he's just gearing up for the late game. Like, his entire game plan revolves around scaling and getting to the late game ahead. And I think he correctly assesses that he can't... Like, on this wave, they won't send, or Papai and skills will be fine. On wave 12, Papai is covering. And on wave 13, I think a Vampire Ocean Templar Sovereign is already very strong and kind of worth it. So I think he's actually playing it kind of well, even though it looks very weird right now.
And just look at the income differential as well. Like, obviously, Ryuzaki and Otaka are saving a bit, so they've got a ton of Mythium. Maybe that's going to change now with their big send. But even after the send, though, like, Skills is just so far ahead in income thanks to his early game.
Oh yeah, certainly. Like, the Japanese duo, they have one chance to deal massive damage now.
Yeah.
And if they don't deal massive king damage with their send now, the game is kind of over. If they do, however, they get like a second chance at an all-in play for, say, wave 14 or 15 or 16.
So Skills goes for the Trinity Archer here, but he doesn't really have much of a split to keep the
And
right
he also
side
doesn't
away.
put it on the Ocean Templar. Hello?
Yeah, that's a little bit greedy.
Like, I know it doesn't do much because it won't tank and stuff.
But it does more than nothing.
Yeah. Like, why not put it there?
Meanwhile, Papai's still going for the big boy Pyro, receiving 2 Chieftain Shields now, so that's a nearly 5k HP Pyro.
Yeah, but
Tanking
it's still
away.
a DPS unit being used as a tank, so maybe he's gonna leak?
I mean, it is a DPS unit, but when it has plus 3000 HP from the Chieftains, you know, it's pretty tanky.
Yeah, but still. Yeah,
Skills is leaking pretty well, Papai is leaking pretty well, and they don't have that many king ups. I think this was a very solid play from the Doomsday team.
Oh, this is a lot of damage.
A lot of damage. Don't think they're dead, but they're taking a lot here.
Oh, king.
King.
Oh.
Down to 16%. So Skills and Papai, they cannot afford another leak now in this game.
Yeah, and Papai is kind of dead. So what you have to do now is you overbuild on Ryuzaki, and Otsuka will just suicide into skills for the next send. I just don't know when. Because that's a bit tricky.
I think 14 looks really good against both Ryuzaki and Otsuka. Sure, we have a Trinity Archer, but pretty much everything else in both lanes is real weak on 14.
Yeah. And you can't really send 14 into skills and Papai because skills is so strong there.
Yeah. Yeah, here comes the send. So we have Siege Ram coming out from skills. Is very, very good against what Ryuzaki has. And Centaurs from Papai. Now, Ryuzaki and Otsuka, they're not going for Income King. They are going for a race. We've got Mole Hermit coming out from Ryuzaki. We've got Centaur from Otsuka. So let's see.
The L1 Centaur.
There's the L1 Centaur. L1 not in this game. Skills with 166 more gold. What can he build hoping to hold here?
Canopy? Canopy here.
Canopy is pretty solid, right? I think
Why
he's
did
actually
he
selling. He's selling to get a second Avenger, second Sovereign.
I don't know. That's not good.
He's gone for it.
Oof. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
either.
I mean, it is a tanky unit, but
The Sens coming out against Druzaki and Otica are huge, though. Look at this, 640
Yeah.
here, 380 here as well. And the values are
they
looking
die.
fairly
I
similar.
mean, it's just a question whether skills can hold or hold long enough to win a race, because the King HP diff will make racing a bit harder for Popeye.
Absolutely.
But the Sovs are split tanking, so he's just holding easily, and then they win.
Druzaki leaks hard, Otica leaks hard. And like you say, Popeye leaks, of course, but skills just holding, and
Easy hold.
Lamiral carries the game.
Well played. Good job, skills.
So game number
Proving
one
me
goes
wrong.
over to Team Brazilian Carnival.
Congratulations. Yeah, really strong showing.
Victory.
I'm
Very,
impressed.
very solid. And always happy to see the Fiesta player winning as well, right?
Yes, absolutely.
We have a quick look through some of the waves. We get that Pixie leak on 1 is just perfect. Leaking again on 2. That's a pro leak as well, by the way, really, with the snail send.
Yeah. The real problem is that Druzaki is going 1 into 5 onto Papai, and
Papai
Papai,
basically
who
holds.
hasn't pushed a single worker in his entire life and plays Cartel, is just easily holding.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, leaking a mole, but just the mole, which is post-income. And then Druzaki is just far behind.
Yeah. And then at that point, Druzaki's just leaking to income sends from skills.
Yeah, and skills can just freely scale. I mean, he fed shutdown twice before wave 10, and it's still fine, and he's still just giga ahead.
Yeah.
Wave 12 did make it close, because Papai insisted on making his Pyro tank on wave 9, and then insisted on making it full tank on wave 12 again. Which is maybe not the best decision. You know.
True. And they did nearly die there. They went all the way down to 16%.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they went for the kill on 14 and the play worked. So well played to skills, well played to Papai. I think it's time to hop into game number 2.
Absolutely.
Right, let's see if our lobby is ready.
Let's see if they manage to not pick Fiesta on skills.
Yeah, I'll give them a cheeky reminder.
That's probably good.
That's worth thinking about, actually, the fact that Skills, who is a Fiesta main, is now unable to pick the Fiesta, which is what he's been practicing with, right? So we're going to have to see how versatile he is here. Because I know from watching his stream, he's pretty much exclusively a Fiesta player. Which, by the way, means he's got big balls, and you've got to commend big balls.
Oh yeah, certainly.
But at the same time, now he might be a little bit outside of his comfort zone, having to pick a mastermind option that he's not so well practiced with.
Yep.
Do we think that Team Doomsday can bring this one back to a tied series? Or is it going to be a 2-0
yes.
for... Think yes? I think yes.
I have faith. But let's see. Let's see. I mean, it's... Like, Legion is a game where advantages snowball so easily, and one mistake can really just hurt your game and put you on the back foot. And only, like, the best players in the entire world even have a chance of coming back from an early disadvantage, right? They still understand, okay, you know, we're behind now, so we need to play for this one out that we have. So if something goes wrong in the early game for Skills and Papai, I'm very certain that the Japanese duo Team Doomsday can absolutely capitalize and win. I mean, they know how to long save, and they just know, okay, we have an advantage now, we just save and kill them. So,
and that's actually something that we didn't really see that much in game number 1. I mean, sure that there was the early game starve, there was the 1 into 5 against Papai, but after that, because it didn't really work, Team Doomsday were a bit on the back foot then, weren't they? So they were going for more frequent incoming King Uppy sends and not necessarily putting on that pressure, which is the way they like to play. So I think in game number 2, I'd like to see them go a bit more back to their roots, go for the high pressure plays, go for the Ghost Knights on 8, things like that, and just play to their strengths. So let's see if they can turn this one around.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Enough of our speculation and whimsical chatterings, because it is time. Game number.
Oh. Skills!
Skills! Ah. He knows instantly what he's done. He's forfeiting the match. It's a misclick. I think we allow it because he's gone for the instant Chaotica misclick too. Okay. All right.
All right, let's just have a. I think it's if it happens like on wave 1 and it's like a genuine misclick, then like let's just have a remake.
Yeah, just don't do it again, Skills. Come on, man.
Yeah, of course. If you know, and obviously, like if both players pick instantly, it's fine. If like his teammate picked first and then he did it, then I would be against the remake because you could kind of cheat roll RNG that way and stuff. So but yeah, let's just have a remake, like whatever. I think it's
I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Copium. Oh, Flight TV has a very good comment in Twitch chat.
What does Flight TV say for himself?
Penny smells.
I mean, that's just obscene, isn't it? I can't believe he would say something like this.
Yeah. I think we should ban him. Oh.
So I'm hoping we can get them on the right side before we start the match. Yes. We did it.
Yes.
All right. We have a please wait, Ryuzaki. So maybe teammate has had enough of the shenanigans and needs to go refresh.
Yeah, I mean, what I always do in tournaments is like after every game, I get up. I either use the bathroom or I just walk around the flat for like 30 seconds to 1 minute just to recollect myself. Because coming off of a win, I'm usually very hyped. But that's also not ideal for focus for the next game. And if I lost, I'm obviously slightly tilted because obviously I got inted by my mate, right?
Of course.
There's no other way I could have ever lost the game.
Natürlich.
And then you gotta recollect yourself and just come back with like less tilt and be like, it's fine, dude. We all occasionally leak 90% to a cannoneer on 7. It's
on our
fine.
Strongest waves.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. We'll get them this time.
Opium.
Copium. Let's not penny leak the brute on wave 3 this time for a 95%er.
I mean, dude, if I knew how not to do that, I would be ranked 1, winning every tournament, and instead I'm casting because it's physically impossible for me not to leak the power merc at 1% HP every single wave.
Yeah.
So, what can I do? It's a curse, dude. It's a curse.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This time, surely we won't get misclicks. Surely this time we'll have game number 2. Let's go.
Surely. Let's go. Oh. Come on, Nautica.
I think he
You can do
restarted
it.
his game. That was why we had to wait.
Yeah.
Got the game one loading time.
Yeah.
All right, we've got greed, skills on cartel. He's done it. He's managed to pick not
Okay.
Fiesta.
Okay, Papai, don't pick Cartel, Papai.
Come on, Popeye. This is complicated now, but you can do it. I believe in you.
Come on, you can pick a different mastermind option.
Popeye can pick Fiesta. He can! Yes!
Yeah! Woo! Good job.
I've got
Good
to say,
job.
he doesn't really have a good Fiesta opener, though.
Yeah, but that's fine. He'll just reroll on wave 1 and get Windhawk or Consort or something. It's fine, dude.
And Ryuzaki with the greed, he is got a pretty nice roll, actually. Something like Flower into Atom is pretty solid. We have Ottica. I kind of like Ottica's roll, actually, though. He's going for a mid-lane Berserker, which I'm less keen on. I'm even less keen on adding the Angler. This is now a very slow opener. He is cash out, though, so that... Sky Queen.
Sky Queen.
Ryuzaki. The patch is not yet released.
Yikes, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want to play any of the roles in this game, probably. I mean, I would like to play skills role, but I wouldn't have started with a casket, so... I don't think any of them are super strong, but all of them are playable, so let's see what happens.
Yeah. Now, is Papai going to do something like 6 workers because of Fiesta? He is not. He's staying 5. He's playing it a bit more cautious.
Yeah, he shouldn't. You can't 6 worker with Wildshroom properly. I think he's just gonna add the Aqua, and hope he gets snailed here. Which, he actually can't afford snail, yeah.
Ryuzaki with the 4 workers. Sky Queen, pretty slow opener. Ottica, the same, with that Berserker Angler opener. So these guys, a little bit slow to start. Skills and Papai, both the worker ahead, both up in income as well.
Yeah, but it's okay, because the waves are relatively fast. And if you have an Angler, you kind of want fast waves. And
yeah, true.
But I don't like it when you make sure your Angler dies second unit.
Yeah.
That doesn't get any stacks.
Yeah, so now it's on, I can't see the stacks, but we'll check that at the end of the wave. 13, okay.
30.
30 or 30 stacks, it's fine, dude.
It's, I mean, wave...
7 and 6 workers, skills and Papai? Hello?
Yeah. I mean, Papai, okay, that's fair. You know, he can't get much here, he's Fiesta.
Yeah.
Skills, oh, I know, Skills always does this when he has Casket, by the way. Because he's kind of strong here, and he's okay-ish next, as long as he doesn't get a Dino. So he just Giga pushes and income sends.
And then hopes to fix his lane by income alone by wave 5 or 6.
Exactly, you don't go full suicide.
Yeah. You do something like build Badger on 1 and then go to 7 workers on 3.
Exactly.
We love
and
to
then
see
you add just enough to kill the boss on 5.
Now, are we seeing a Sky Queen being able to hold wave 3? It looks like, yes, the veteran was enough, but of course he stayed 4 workers to achieve that. And meanwhile, the Berserker Angler roll with 5 workers does leak to a double snail.
Yeah.
And Team Doomsday have got some decent pressure now. 68 Mythium on Ryuzaki, 73 on Ottica.
They go 5, no? They just go 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The skills
I'm not
with that
sure.
7 worker push, he might be in a bit of trouble. He does have Pilgrim, though.
Yeah, true. And he's not getting the upgrade of the casket here. So he's fully preparing next wave, which is very smart. Reading the game correctly.
And Papai going for the Fire Elemental obviously is very strong here, so would kind of cover a send here, but is also very good on 5.
Yeah. But he will also get a very big send on 5.
He will.
And the thing with Fire Elemental is, Like, sure, it can tank the boss and kill it if you get like a split and then the melee unit behind it.
But you
But
need
if you
some
make
single target damage to kill
Yeah.
that boss, right?
exactly, if you don't add enough single target damage and you get, say, a hermit, then suddenly, if the fire aqua doesn't survive the boss, you just leak everything. You don't kill a single creep.
Yeah. Ryuzaki,
Oh.
he's doing the post-income mole again, I think.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do it again.
I don't
I'm not
think
sure if
I
that's
agree
good.
with that. I think he probably just should have gone for a hermit. Because
Yeah,
this is all in play now. He's all in.
Yeah.
I mean, he could just
Double
go 6 as well.
Yeah.
And we do see the hardened Mudman here from Papai, so if Ryuzaki decides to save here, his 6 end could be deadly.
Nope.
But no, there's the mole.
That's the mode. But I'm not sure if Papai's aggro works properly. I think it should. Yeah,
Looks
it does.
pretty good to me. The Mudman pulls
it
everything
works
apart from the
properly.
boss.
Yeah, nice.
And meanwhile, in skills lane, his aggro is very good as well. The Pilgrim tanks the boss +1. His tanks tank everything else. It is looking pretty solid for Team Brazilian Carnival.
Oh, yeah.
And Papai is
This is
just...
so good for them.
This is just a repeat of game number 1.
Oh!
Papai barely
Oh!
leaking the post-income mole. Skills barely leaking the double brute. This will be a lot of king damage though, because brutes and moles on wave 5 are dangerous.
Yeah, but Otika pulled the boss into the split, so he focused it very late. So
Yeah.
he leaked again. And his bounty hunter is only on 68 stacks for wave 5.
Well, it's not
Which
perfect.
Yeah, you really want to have like 80 something stacks if you
Yeah.
start with one angler. But yeah, you're right. This is a lot of king damage, but as you can see, skills and Papai are on fire
Both
wave
on
6.
fire. Both on fire. Wave 6.
Oof. Rough.
Rough. I do think part of that is just the post-income send from Ryuzaki. So it might normalize again next wave if everybody holds here.
Yeah, but still, like, Papai is on 9 workers, which is 2 more than Otuka, and, you know. Ooh, post-income brute again. This might leak
Oh.
Papai.
I mean, it
And
has to.
skills.
If it doesn't, Doomsayer are in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. With a shutdown, I guess any leak is good.
The
but
Pilgrim
with,
did die in skills lane, but he's just on really high value.
I mean, your Zora is also really, really strong.
Well, Papai does not kill the brute. That is a 25 gold shutdown. And if we go back over to skills lane, that's an easy hold for him. So at least there's no double shutdown.
Yeah, that would have been rough. And now the tryhard sense come back. Now the mole comes back to Ryuzaki.
Oh no.
Oh
And
no.
I think he's going to be in a bit more trouble than Papai was on wave 5, if I'm honest.
I don't know. Maybe he's just gonna get like 2 more veterans or something. Ah, no,
Boost
he's
one.
1 gold short for that. Veteran.
Veteran.
Really ugly gold.
It's really unlucky gold, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we have a stim here.
We have a double stim on Optica.
Oh.
I mean, even if he holds here, that's just so expensive to minus 40 gold yourself.
Yeah. I think he has to do it, but like, oof, this is so rough for them.
We have a quick look at Ryuzaki. How is he doing? I mean, he's got a lot of damage, right, with the Sky Queen, with the Harpies, but the Mole obviously very good against those Harpies in particular. Dealing very low damage against the Mole. And
Yeah,
we do
we
have
have
a
a
full
hold.
hold from Ottica, but again, that was minus 40 to achieve this.
Yeah.
And Ryuzaki actually doing very well himself, leaking just the Mole and the Lizard, and shut down on Lamiral, leaking 44% to a Lizard. Wave 7 with a casket. Uh-oh.
Oh. Guild. Man, no.
No. Zutalo.
Zytalor. Yeah. Ah, that hurts. Like, these things, I understand why he's pushing hard, but this is exactly how Ryuzaki and Ochika get back into the game. If he just pushes 1 less worker, makes sure he holds the income send, he's just completely fine.
Yeah.
And, you know, Ryuzaki and Otuka, they are safe players, going for like a leak yourself to break them is typically a mistake early game, especially if you're on shutdown.
We've got another stim here on wave 8, by the
Yeah.
way. Like, there is a resend, so it's a good read, I guess, from Otica, but that's 60 gold he spent on things
Yeah.
that aren't fighters or workers in the last 2 waves.
Yeah, that hurts. But I think he's just gonna hold and get... Oh no, he doesn't get Kingpin next. He has too little income.
Yeah.
So he has to be careful on wave 9 as well.
We do have
they
a
send.
big send coming through.
Okay. Papai isn't the best next. He doesn't get the golem unless he sells a lot for it.
Yeah.
Then I'm not sure if he holds.
You can just do 2, like, unupgraded mudmen, right?
No.
As in, he already has one. Another one.
Yes. Yes, he can add a second one, yes. Oh, no. Don't buff the aqua,
Don't
please.
buff the aqua.
Add a gargoyle.
Okay,
Thank
he
God.
does. Okay.
Okay, Papai sold
Papai
an
does have
aqua
to go.
for a golem, so
Seems
minus
like a good
20
trade.
gold there.
Good trade on
it's a
wave
good
9.
trade.
And you feel happier going for like a minus 20 gold aqua sell when you've seen that your opponent has spent 60 gold on boosts in the last 2 waves.
Oh yeah, certainly. And it's the correct call, assuming they go 9. Like, if Otuka and Ryuzaki went 10 here, this would have been a disastrous play.
Worth pointing out as well, Papai did not harden here, so he built for the wave, but he wasn't full committing, because he knows how weak he is on 10. But that's going to bite him here, like he's going to leak pretty hard.
Yeah, and Skills is not covering, he's also leaking pretty hard.
Okay.
This is gonna be a lot of king damage.
So talking about what Team Doomsday needed to do to get back into the game, well, it was pretty much exactly this. They needed to get a shutdown or 2, they needed to hold a send, and then they needed to get some king damage. And they've checked those boxes off 3 in a row.
Absolutely. And now this game is back to completely even.
It might
Like,
even
Jules
be in
even
favor
gives
of
the...
Doomsday.
Yeah, I mean, Jules gives the slight advantage to Team Doomsday, but it's pretty close, you know?
Yeah. Well, they have the worker lead now as well, right? But they're still behind in income. But that's partially because Papai and Skills are going for an income resend here. Which, if Druzaki and Otica hold this send again, these guys should just be able to go to the moon off the back of this.
Yeah, the question is this a 12 angle for them into Papai and Skills? Because Skills is so weak there.
Yeah.
And Papai is lacking
looks really
damage.
weak on 12, actually.
I think this is a Lizard Army 12 angle, despite the
like
Dark
it.
Ritual that Skills and Papai are certainly gonna take.
I mean, they do have Dark Ritual value, right? Always a good tactic is to take 70% king damage in the first 10 waves, just so that you can get more value from your Dark Ritual.
Yeah, absolutely. Papai is leaking no send here, by the way. And
He's
Skills
no
almost
longer
leaks
on
no
shutdown,
send.
though.
Yeah. Like, a resend could have actually been almost game-ending here.
Yeah.
But it's also a bit deceiving, because the resend into Aquas doesn't really do much, because the resend just dies instantly, and Skills would have still held, probably.
Yeah.
So... yeah. Alright, let's see what's coming in terms of spells, and who's doing what. I think you should really push hard on Otika and Ryuzaki with Lizard Army now.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh,
That's
Vampire?
Oh, Papai went for a harden, he changed his mind.
Lizard Army, okay, I like it. I'm not sure about the Vampire on Skills, and I'm not sure about this Pyro on Yellow's lane. I'm not sure what it's supposed to achieve, given that he already has a wave split and a lot of damage, and he kind of just needs tanks.
Does just need. Papai does go for that Dark Ritual, he waited last second before picking it up, and he shifts the gold on it, so he was pretty certain they don't send 11.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, they are not sending into this on 11.
Now we get income king as the call from Skills and Papai, and here comes the big boy send from Druzaki and Otica. We have triple aura from Druzaki. We have... oh, okay, Papai is holding, that's good. We have Pack Leader Imps from Otica as well. Always a favourite.
Yeah, it's it's super strong on wave 12 in particular, but it's really bad. Like against typing wise, against skills units, the send is really, really bad. I hope for them it doesn't come back to haunt them. But imps into arcane defense is
But the wave is already good, right? So the pack lead
yeah.
is boosting the damage of the wave. I think I would maybe like to see Mimic or something instead of the imps, but it's fine.
Maybe also a 4-eyes just to counter the lifesteal. All right, here we go.
Big sends for Skills and Papai. We've got 540 and 580. We have double hardened golems from Papai, so they read the game correctly. Let's see if the read is enough to save them here.
Oh, Doppler's running it down. Doppler's dead.
Already dead.
We got a problem.
Tank. 120 on Skills.
Oh no.
127 on Papai. Shot down, adding injury to insult. And here is game number 2. Team Doomsday bringing this series to a tie.
Nice. Well played. Good job. Like, after that early game, I am very impressed.
Yeah. I was for sure, after like the first 5 waves, that this is just a Brazilian Carnival 2-0.
Yeah.
Now, let's go and have a look at that wave number 5, right? Because Papai got starved 1 into 5, exactly the same as game 1, exactly the same as game 1. He basically holds. They do take like more king than you'd expect from such tiny leaks, 25% damage they took there. But it's just because the power mercs are so strong in the early game. Then the resend was great from Dryuzaki, getting a 63% leak on Papai again here.
Yeah.
And then we kind of see that was shutdown, right? Papai fed shutdown on 6.
Yes.
And I think Skills fed shutdown on 7 as well against the Lizards.
Yes.
And that is probably what gave Dryuzaki and Otika the pathway back into the game, right? They get 50 gold from those 2 shutdowns, and then they just go straight wave 9 with these big 220 Mythium sends, a lot of leak, a lot of king damage, a lot of gold, and now the game is just dead even pretty much, apart from obviously the big king damage advantage. So then they just go for a big save, Lizard Army, go when both players are looking fairly weak, wave 12, and that's all she wrote, that's game.
Yeah. It just shows how dangerous it is to have like no pressure on the enemy and like overpush slightly and send 1 time too many.
Yeah.
Then the enemy can just really abuse it when you're weak on a certain wave.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I was saying before the game started, by the way. I wanted to see these guys, Dryuzaki and Otika, going for the sort of plays that is what they're used to, right? They need to play to their strength. They need to go for the early game pressure, the big sends, getting that damage into the king and just rolling on from there. And that's what they played this game, and clearly it worked for them. You know, they went for big sends on 5, which, okay, kind of backfired, into big sends on 9, which really worked out well for them, into big sends on 12 to end the game. And I think it was just nicely steered. They were behind in the early game. They brought it back. I'm just very, very pleased with the way these guys played this time around.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I think they should income a bit more in the early
in like
game.
1 to 5, right? Because the 1 into 5 is so risky, I think. Like, we saw it both times actually in game 1 and 2. If the 1 into 5 send doesn't do a lot of damage, then you're quite far behind already. Now, if Papai and Skills didn't feed back-to-back shutdowns on 6 and 7, I think they would have been in pretty big trouble, actually.
Yeah.
So that 1 into 5 is very high risk, kind of high reward, and both times we didn't really see them get the reward they needed on wave 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe a bit lucky there with the double shutdown on 6 and 7, giving them a pathway back into the game. But either way, I think Dryuzaki and Otika, they played this one very solidly, certainly better than they played in game number 1. And now I think the chances for both teams going into game number 3 is looking pretty even. I can't really call it either way.
No, you can't. By the way, the lobby is up and we're waiting for you. So
okay. I just like the sound of my own voice too much. So.
Yeah, it's a beautiful voice, Penny.
Ah, danke schön, mein Freunde.
All right, let's hope Otika doesn't pick cash out. Dryuzaki, no greed. Papai, no cartel. And Skills, no fiesta.
Yeah. No cash out for Ottica, right? Did you say that one?
Yes,
Okay.
I think I said that. I think I started with that, but I may have forgotten.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the deciding game now in the best of 3 series. It is 1-1. Team Doomsday against Team Brazilian Carnival. Game number 3. Let's get it on.
Greed. Cash out. Greed. Yes, that's good. Okay, Papai. Papai.
Hi.
YOLO. Okay. Good
Nice.
job. Good
And
job,
now
everyone.
we have Team Doomsday have just swapped their options. We've got cash out on Dryazeki, we've got greed on Ottica, and skills playing vanilla greed. Papai is showing his balls here, picking YOLO in the deciding game, but I'm very happy that he's done so.
Yeah, I think it's great. And Skills skillfully rolled Flower with Aqua, one of the strongest openings in the game. He can push to 7 workers almost in any situation.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh, double flower though.
Ah! Ah!
I don't know.
I can already see the Mole Hermit
Yeah.
on wave 6. I can already feel it in my balls. I've got a tickling feeling there.
I mean, they could just go Ghost Knight on 8, right? They just give us the treatment they gave us earlier on the ladder.
Yeah, that also works.
And if you
But
look at
Hermit
skills and
6
Papai's rolls, how do they ever hold Ghost Knight on 8?
Yeah, they don't. Ooh, and we have a Windhawk opener with 5 workers, Leaking Wave 1, and Bone Crusher. 4 workers, very high push. That's very, very strong early game for them.
Really strong. So they have the worker advantage, they have the kind of time advantage. The one thing is, when you go for the Mythium skip on 1, you're always a little bit disappointed to see that your enemy's playing Honeyflower, right? Because it's really difficult to leak that on wave 2 and 3 if they decide to play it even remotely safe.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I would DT Papai here. And looking at Papai's role, he has to stay 4 workers because Gargoyle is not enough.
Yeah.
And I would also, and Otuka is also going for the DT, because if you're DTing a flower, sure, usually they have a solution, but if they don't have the perfect answer, it's like a 90% leak, and they can push 7 workers anyways for wave 3, so you're not really losing that much.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't hate it.
But skills and Papai, they should do just fine here. Expect skills to probably just leak a low HP Dragon Turtle and nothing else, and Papai is just going to full hold, right? There's no way.
Yeah, he's just fine. Skills Aqua is tanking too much.
Does die really quickly, actually. That's not great for Amarel.
Oh, is this? Did he manage to...
Oh, one more attack. Okay, the attack killing a couple more things there.
Yeah, but still, Papai is actually not holding the DT, I think.
Oh, well, this is some king damage then. So the play there for Team Doomsday working out for them.
Yeah, that's because there's 2.5 squares between the flower and the aqua, and flower's in second column.
So half a square lower on the aqua there, and skills does just leak only the dragon turtle, right?
Yeah, exactly. Or flower just
or flower here. Like if flower's in third column as well, he leaks only
I typically build here, but yeah, this is like there are many options, but this is not one of them.
This is the option which doesn't do quite so well.
Yeah.
We have a post-income fiend here from Papai.
Papai!
Oh, dirty Papai. I mean, Ottica just can't kill that.
Yeah, no, he literally can't.
It just doesn't die, ever.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
The double crusher is also kind of invincible against wave 3, of course, but as soon as this crusher starts to kill the fiend, that's about the last thing he'll ever kill, and this will be a pretty big leak on Ottica.
Does he get the fiend? No, he doesn't.
Oh! 81%. Papai doing him dirty there with the post-income fiend.
Yeah. And now we have a Hermit by skills into Dryazeki, and I'm not sure Dryazeki is the strongest on wave number 4.
Yeah.
I have a
he has
feeling
to-
there might be a solid leak coming up that is like upwards of 100%.
Do you think? I mean, he's on 400 value.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he can kill.
And the other thing is that the
certain things.
Hermit is magic damage, and this is a big arcane tank.
I don't know if this doesn't do well against Ryuzaki. I think Skills and Papai are in trouble because they will get a very big send soon. However, if this does very well and leaks Ryuzaki a lot, then they should be fine.
It looks like
he's fine.
It looks like he's doing just completely fine. Yeah.
Nice.
The 400 value and the Cage of Pain is just really, really strong on wave 4.
Yeah, I was just scared because most of its damage is AoE and Hermit is a monster early game.
Wow,
But
he just full holds the 120 send
Nice.
there. And here we have
this is
Hermit sent before income from Ryuzaki and Otaka. I didn't know
Trolley?
they had pre-income sends in their repertoire, but they're proving me wrong here.
Yeah. And this is the longest wave in history.
It really is,
So,
actually.
There's a huge send coming, and let's see. Papai does not
he's
get the
10
Orchid.
gold away from the Orchid. Oh no.
Oh no.
Papai. I mean, he can do like a Royal Guard to try and tank and then boost his Infiltrator and Prey, but
Oh no.
I think these guys might be in just a spot of trouble right here.
Yeah.
He does
Royal
go
Guard.
for the Royal Guard, and he does go for the full boost. Okay.
That's the correct play. I'm not sure if the second Fire Aqua for skills is the correct play, because what makes Fire Aqua good on wave 5, that it tanks the boss and survives. Oh no, it's not gonna survive. Oh no, he misplaced.
He will kill the boss though, and he's actually doing quite well for skills. Let's just go and have a look at what Papai is doing.
He killed it.
He's also doing quite well, honestly.
Okay.
All
Nice.
right.
Yeah, I
Alright.
didn't expect that. I was a bit scared because
Yeah.
I've seen these builds leak 120% to Hermit.
Yeah, but that's
So-
when you've seen that when it's my build, right? That doesn't happen to other people
Yeah, true. True.
because they play better.
Yeah. God gamers.
Old gamers. Now, double Hermit is still pretty solid damage against the King, actually. Expect to see this go down to about 80%, maybe.
Yeah. It would be a lot better if there was more of the wave that is being healed than just
Yeah.
the lonely Hermit. But still, like, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Even below 80%, so down to 78, in fact. So the chip damage is real. They do have one regen, but that's not really going to cut it. We have a Brute from Papai. Let's have a quick look at Otaka's lane. I mean, yeah, I can see it. Like, he has a lot of tank here for wave 6, but very, very little damage. So I don't hate the Brute send.
No, it's a resend. He already sent a Brute on wave 5, which is probably not amazing. And I really don't like this Brute here because it sets Otika and Ryuzaki up for a save for wave 8.
For wave 8, yeah,
And
exactly.
you don't really want to get like Mole Hermit on wave 8 if you're both playing Flower.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like, it's fine, just isolated. I think this is a fine play to try. Maybe not against an overbuilder, but it's a fine try. But with this context, I'm not sure I like it.
And he is doing just fine. So that is a hold from Otaka, which will enable him to push workers if he so chooses. It looks like he's not. He still wants that Coiler on wave 7.
I think it's fine to get Coiler. I think his mate pushed already. Yeah,
I don't think
he gets
the
Cage of
Coiler without a
Pain.
send, though.
Yeah, true. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's...
He's selling two... Okay, I thought he was going to sell the two warriors for the deep Coiler, but he goes for the casket instead, which is fine too.
he can't get the Coiler if he sells two Bone Warriors.
We do have a solo Leviathan here for skills.
It's buffing the Fire Elemental, right?
Yeah. They fly, right? Fire elementals
They fly, right? Fly, right? Yeah. I mean, it's good against the Mole on wave 8,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So...
Here they come. The safety
Mole.
boys.
Oh, Mole, the Penny. Penny still has PTSD from playing Aquas and getting mold on my face.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
his mole and hermit too. It's just disgusting. How do skills ever hold a mole on 8? He only has arcane pierce units. Of course he has no chance against wave 8.
Ah, lovely.
And meanwhile, if we look in Dryozaki's lane, he is abusing the Zeus while he still can. Obviously, that overpowered unit gets nerfed next patch. So
Yeah.
he's just using the current power spike of the Zeus before it gets nerfed into the ground on Monday.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. The Halo is good against the Mole, so skills can kill the Mole.
Yeah, true.
So that's good for him. Oh, the Mole is chunking down the Leviathan, though. Look at this.
And the Halo is not
the
attacked
shovel
yet. Now it does, but it's a bit late. It lived for too long. And L'Amiral is going for
L'Amiral! Oh.
73% on skills. Papaivo with the Lord of Death. He is smurfing in his lane. That's an easy hold for Papai. And we do have a small leak from Dryouzaki, somehow leaking wave 8 even with the Zeus, which is surprising.
Yeah, that's very surprising now. Now, I think this is still fine for Ochika and Dryouzaki. Obviously, Papai's hold here is really good for Papai. He will be ahead now.
But they still have the worker lead, right? 13 workers apiece on Dryouzaki and Otaka. Skills having a bit of a rough game this time around, only on 10 workers.
Yeah. And the problem is that wave 10 is coming up where Papai is very weak.
Yeah.
Obviously skills can cover, but if he does that, then he's also going to be a bit weak on wave 11 and 12. And as I say, he can cover. I mean, he has Halo, but he doesn't have any tanks for it. So he's still vulnerable on 10. So let's see what they are doing.
Alright.
But, I mean, okay, there's Venture in the game. So as we all know,
it's
no
impossible
one
to send on 10,
yeah,
right?
exactly. There won't be any sends on 10.
Dryouzaki going for the second Zeus, just really abusing the insane power level of this unit here in game number 3.
Yeah, I'm so glad it's getting nerfed, dude. Oh,
yeah.
What an abuser, man.
The only thing that would make this game worse is if there was a Sovereign in the role as well, but there isn't, unfortunately.
Yeah, lucky. Yeah.
Alright, Papai just has no way to hold wave 10, right? It's just not something he's capable of doing.
Yeah, sends on 10
Sends on
with
10?
Venture.
What? Have these guys got game hacks, or what is this? Alright, the Mole Hermit from Otaka and Skills and Papai skip! There is a big boy arc, though.
Yeah, but he okay, so
There's
sorry,
no
but this send is really bad. Like you need to counter this unit. You know it's coming, you need to counter it. How do you counter it? Spam.
Yeah.
You just send dragon turtles and snails.
Yeah.
And skills leaks 70% boss. Because he has nothing apart from this Halo and he has no tanks.
But like this, it's just gonna rip through the dragon turtle or get straight on the boss. But I mean, he still has no tanks.
Yeah, he's still leaking. Like, this can actually still end the game, but this would have ended the game with a proper send.
Yeah. Those two fire elementals actually having some value on this wave 10 because they bounce onto the Hermit and kill it pretty quick. And in fact, I think Amiral is holding. Oh, he gets the boss! If only he was playing Fiesta, by the way.
Yeah.
But this is damage now. This is a pretty healthy boss from Papai's lane. Plus a few power creeps as well. This boss HP is about to hit the dirt.
Yep. But there's a lot of Mythium for Papai and skills, and now the Revenge Send on wave 11 is coming. And I'm not sure if Ochika and Dryouzaki have what it takes to hold.
They do go for Income and King on Team Doomsday. We see a double Venture meanwhile from Team Brazilian Carnival.
Yeah. Pyro. Okay, he's getting a 4-Rise, so Pyro is fine. If he got a big tank, then the Pyro wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
I think Ochika is just fine with his LOD and Bunk, no? Unless the LOD tanks, but it shouldn't.
The LOD should never tank like this, and
Yeah.
the Royal Guards are just really high value on 11 as well. It's probably the best possible tank on 11, and LOD is probably the best possible damage unit on 11 as well. Adventure! That is ballsy, Dryuzaki. Wow. That is a venture into a 3-wave save?
Yeah. Whew. Sheesh, these balls.
I mean, to be fair, he has 2 broken units, so...
Yeah. I mean, he's doing okay. He's gonna leak a 4 eyes and like 3 creeps, maybe 4.
And his teammates just holding easily?
Yeah.
Okay, Team Doomsday looking very strong in game number 3.
Yeah, but don't forget that Skills and Papai do have Venture themselves.
They do.
So it's not like they are hopelessly behind. They are behind. Like, no way they're not behind.
They're behind in workers, they're behind in income, they're behind in value, they're behind in King HP.
Yeah, exactly. But they still have Venture, and they will get this power spike on wave 13. And I think if you're looking at their builds, they are very strong on 12. So Dryuzaki and Otika are definitely aiming for 13 or 14. And both waves are very awkward in Venture games, just because of the insane insertion of value there.
Yeah.
And Skills is pushing really hard.
Ooh.
He's just suiciding.
When do they go then? Is it 13 or is it 14?
Has to be 13. You can't...
I mean, this is a suicide push from Skills, but at the same time, he's about to get 700 gold if he wants to build on wave 13.
True. Yeah. Yeah, true. Maybe.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, might be fine. Let's see what their plan is.
Does the send come now on 13, or will we see 14?
I mean, they certainly don't expect Ryuzaki to have Venture. If there's one thing I can tell you, they do not expect that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, sure, they should have seen Battle Scars or Villain by now, but he could have also taken Taxed Allowance. But, like, you just discount this possibility.
Yeah.
There's no way he takes Venture. Like, you don't expect this.
And
they go 13.
And Papai, is Papai going for some post-income shenanigans?
Will we
see a ram here from Papai?
Yeah, it has to be, right? It has to be a ram. Ooh, Dryuzaki is full building for 13. Skills is building. He's not continuing his crazy push, by the way.
He was just full pushing, knowing that the Venture Gold would let him catch up. But this 13 send might well just end the game for Skills and Papai, because I think Team Doomsday are going to hold.
Send!
If Papai doesn't send, what is this split send madness? Papai!
Papai?
Hello?
Hello? You're
Mythium.
Yeah?
Papai.
Oh, they go for a split send?
The split send is so weird. And Dryuzaki with the Venture as well. He's just holding, or at least leaking 1.
He's leaking 1 creep, yeah.
Wow.
Wow, I mean, okay, Papai is kind of strong with Ocean Templar caskets on 14. Sure. And the send is coming there, and Auras is probably not the best send.
Yeah.
Because you really need to something to damage these things and, outweigh the region.
Skills went for an auto send there, so he's going to king up now, almost certainly. I mean,
Skills
I don't know, like, Papai is really strong here. Papai has 4 Iron Maidens on an Ocean Templar. You know?
Yeah, but... Yeah, I agree. But Skills has 4 Leviathans,
He does have 4 Leviathans.
And he has 2 Fire Elementals as his Arcane units, so he's just gonna leak everything.
He is gonna leak the entire wave.
Papai can never cover this, no?
I would like to see some king upgrades from Skills, but...
King?
No, he goes for full income send, actually.
Cannoneer?
Questionable. I think if you're sending full, you've got to send Power Mercs. This is a bit of a mistake from Lamiral.
Oh no.
And
how's Papai doing? Is the AoE carrying him? I don't think it is.
Papai?
Oh no!
Oh, Team Doomsday advancing to round 2.
Jesus.
I mean,
Good job. Well played.
this was like watching a different team in game number 2 and 3. These guys just played extremely good Legion.
Yeah. Got swept in game 1, like, it wasn't even close. And in game 2, it also looked like it, but then they strongly recovered. They were just making it interesting, I guess. Jesus.
Wow. Team Doomsday, well played, you guys. Looking forward to see how they perform in round 2.
Interesting. Who are they playing?
I can bring the bracket up in a second through the use of the exclamation mark bracket command.
They are playing September 13, which is Drachir and Lucy.
It is Drachir and Lucy.
Well, I mean, then I guess they'll easily make it to Sunday, no? I mean, Drachir and Lucy, do you know who they are?
I've never heard of them before. I think they must be like just newcomers. I don't know, not sure. They might be all right though. Like, I don't know. They're gonna have a tough game on their hands with Dryazaki and Ottica because these guys are out for blood. Now look at this. We see Wave 2 already, first blood against the King with 56% leak on Amaral thanks to a little bit of mispositioning. And then it's straight into 5, where again, minor leaks deal quite heavy King damage. Straight into 8, big leak there.
Yeah.
Then we have the Wave 10 Sen just dealing insane damage there. Skills holding very, very well. But still, Papai's big leak there, bringing their King HP down to 33%. And then we just get lethal damage on 14 with these big 600 Mythium Sens. They're very, very well navigated there by Team Doomsday. I really like the way they played this series.
Yeah. This game they played really well. They identified the weak waves of the enemy openers, which is Flower. And then they really went for it and played for the King damage early on.
Yeah.
And especially Wave 10, really, really good decision to send there despite the venture.
Yeah.
That really won them the game, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it was really, really well played. Like game number 1 obviously was rough for them, but they were not daunted in the least, and they really brought it back strong in game 2 and 3. I was a bit worried for them after the first performance, but man, they proved me wrong. Like they just played extremely good Legion, I've got to say, in games 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So,
I guess game 1 was also a bit of nerves because I think it's the first tournament they play. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Yeah, could be. I mean, tournament nerves is always a thing. Yeah, I think for our next match, by the way, we've got some pretty... I don't know. Like, it's not going to be as good Legion, let's say. We've got some pretty
only downhill.
low-skilled players on the books for the next one, because we're going to be casting Team Greenoob against Team B Squared. So I don't know if you know anything about those players, but it's Green Spirit and Enoob, who's a bit of a classic auto sender. Always annoying his teammates, always feeding. And then on the other team, we've got Bonnie and Basti, who are just washed up has-beens, basically. So I don't know. We might as well just end the stream after match number 1, right? Because we've already seen the highlights. Like the next series is just going to be pretty dull, or what do you think?
Yeah,
I
agree.
Anyway, like I've got the time in my diary.
Yeah,
sure. So we might as well cast it. We might as well.
Yeah. Now that we're here.
Okay. I think we should probably have a 5-minute break.
Yes.
Let me just tell the players that we'll have 5 minutes. And then before the 5-minute break, I do just want to tell everybody about the skin competition one more time. So let me pop that exclamation mark skin comp into the chat and bring my fantastic presentation up for the stream as well. So guys, if you didn't see this the first time around, Auto Attack Games are having a Legion TD2 skin design competition. And this means that all of you artists out there in the community have a chance to submit a skin design for your favorite unit. If you have some solid, like creative ideas that you'd like to see implemented into the game, the first place prize is not only 10,000 premium essence, which is pretty good already. But the real prize, I think, is that your skin design will be built into the game. So there's a few rules on there. Make sure you read the rules on screen now and follow the rules with your submission. Submissions are to be sent into Legion TD2 subreddit. So post your submissions there. I have got an example of what the skin submission could look like. This is my design here, the red balloon chained fist. Obviously, what else could a clown do but go for a balloon? And I think it's pretty solid. So, you know, it's some stiff competition already in there. But I think there might be someone out there in the community that can come up with something slightly better than this. It's hard, but you can do it, guys.
Yeah, I believe in you guys.
So once more, Legion TD2 skin design competition. Submit your designs on Reddit. And the best thing is that this will be a community voted winner. So as long as the designs are appropriate, obviously we can't have not safe for work things in the game, no copyrighted material, etc. But as long as they pass the kind of red flag rules, it's just all holds barred, basically. You know, you can just go wild, go for the biggest meme skin you like, and as long as it's the most popular with the community, that's the skin that's going to be built into the game. So go nuts with your submission, guys. Give us some crazy ideas, and I'm looking forward to seeing what people come up with and how that vote goes on the Legion TD2 subreddit. So yeah, I'll leave this screen up during our 5-minute break, and we will be back shortly. Just give a bit of time for casters to rest our weary voices. So Julian,
Yep.
I will be back here in 5 minutes, and I'll see you there for the next game.
Yep.
Right, guys, welcome back to the I was going to say October. I'm getting ahead of myself slightly. This is still the September Nova Cup, right?
Yes, but it's fine. It's fine. Like I'm here to help you.
Yeah,
I told you it was wave 6 earlier. It's
yeah.
September, Penny. It's calm down.
Look, I'm an old man, okay? You have to be nice to me.
I am.
Like it's really difficult for me to even wake up on time these days. Never mind, like complicated things like knowing what wave we're currently on, or what month we're in. This is complicated stuff, dude.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be so ageist. But have we got a game to watch? Like,
I
what
think
do
we
you think?
have.
And
I think we have.
and who's playing? Again, the age thing is kicking in. Like I struggle to remember. Can you remind me who's playing?
Yeah, we have Green Noob on the left-hand side, which is
Nice.
E Noob and Green Spirit.
Nice.
And on the right-hand side, we have B Square, consisting of Busty, who's also known as the Carry Machine,
Oh.
and Bonnie who's also known as a Giga Salt Lord.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Like,
Yeah.
I'm quite salty, but Bonnie, like, he's just a master. He is just like sodium chloride personified.
Yeah.
He's. I mean, like, Bonnie makes the sea jealous with how salty he is.
Oh yeah.
He's just absolutely something else, dude. But this should be a pretty fun match, actually. I know we were kind of slating them and joking around before the break, but this should be a pretty hype match. Like, Boone...
Oh, certainly.
He's a 3k ELO player. He was rank 1 earlier in the week. Green Spirit is maybe not too heavy for him to drag along with him. And Basti and Bonnie have a kind of similar dynamic there, right? Like, Basti's a carry machine. Bonnie just tries not to be too heavy during the game. And maybe they can kind of see what happens there. So it's a bit of a Boone versus Basti carry match, while Green and Bonnie are kind of seeing which is the lighter of the two overweight players, shall we say.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair.
That's a good summary, right, of how we can see this one playing out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favourite?
I think Boone and Green Spirit are going to take this.
I would like to say so as well. Although, having said that, I genuinely think that Bonnie's been playing very well lately, like on his main account and when he plays with Basti as well. The few times that I've played against Bonnie on the ladder, I think my win rate against him is abysmal in the last month or so. Like, when I play against him on stream, when I play against him off stream, when he's playing with Basti, I think I've lost nearly every game I've played against Bonnie. Now, that might say more about me than it does about Bonnie, but
yes,
but just copium, okay? Like, I think he's playing really well lately.
Yeah, he definitely had a stretch where he was playing really well, where he had his 2.9k elo. The last week, he didn't impress me as much, but he's certainly a veteran tournament player, and he has really good synergy with Basti.
Yeah,
so they will certainly pull out something good for the series.
Yeah. And without any further ado, guys, game number 1. Let's get it on.
Oh, Boone is picking Cash Out, and Bonnie as well, and Green and Basti. The Giga tryhards going for Greed as their only mastermind option they ever played in their lives.
That's a good point, actually, because Conquest format is going to be difficult for Green Spirit and Basti, who I think are like almost physically incapable of picking a non-greed mastermind.
Yeah. I can't remember seeing them not playing Greed.
Yeah. We have the Cash Out Crusher from the Enu. And he has the Aqua as well! Oh no! Is this 6 workers? Can you 6 worker or no? Not quite, right, with the Aqua.
No. You can 6 worker and add 3 Bone Warriors and hold a snail, unless you get Giga trolled by RNG.
Unless for some reason Bonnie snails him on 1, and then he can, right?
I think then he can. And he has Gate as well, which is a very strong unit, especially with Hero in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
And 4 King Ups, so there is no Snail 6-worker play for Enoob, which is a bit of a shame. Bonnie with the 150 gold. He can 6-worker actually, with the Nekomata and the Atom. 150 gold is the perfect threshold for being able to push a 6-worker if he wants to. And I think he should.
I think he should. Because that's what you pick cash out for, right?
Yeah,
you want
exactly.
to have this early worker lead and then snowball with sense and pressure.
And he does. We have 6 workers on Herr Bongrich in lane number 4. So he's going for that early aggression. And I don't think we'll see a post-income Snail from Green Spirit.
No. Does it leak to a Snail?
I mean, it should, right? 150 gold. The Nekomata obviously dealing bad damage against the Snail. I think the Nekomata probably dies around the same time the Snail does. But no, there's no Snail anyway, so we don't need to guess.
Yeah. Boone is gonna push 6 workers now, I assume. Yeah, he does. Because, you know, he did add the Aqua to be safe. And it sets him up nicely for the 6 workers for wave 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's good. Is Green Spirit going to push 6 or 7 workers? Yeah, there's the 6th worker. I know he loves to push 7 workers with Green Devil and Buzz.
It is a 40 send from both Bonnie and Basti and Boone, actually. So let's see if Green is the only one to save. He is not. We have 40 Mythium coming out from all the players, just getting that income rolling, hitting the thresholds they need to build their units.
Yeah. And Green is just gonna shift a bit of gold, I think. But I think he's fine against 1 DT. If Basti snails, I'm not sure how it works, because then the DT is gonna rape the split, and then the Green Devil is gonna get targeted, but he only gets 40, so that's gonna be fine.
He's gonna be just fine. Yeah, rewarded for the shift there by Green Spirit. And that is a real Green Spirit shift as well, by the way. Imagine daring to shift gold when you have Green Devil on wave 3. Like, he's just such a risky player. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, insane. The balls on that man.
Meanwhile, though, I think we do have a little bit of a leak in Bonnie's lane. He's fine with that, though, while being on 7 workers.
Yeah, I mean, he pushed the 7th during the wave. But Green doesn't have tremendous amounts of pressure for the next wave.
No. And so he's actually Bonnie barely holding the DT.
Yeah.
But a bear hold is still a hold, so...
Yeah, and he pushed 7. Everyone's 7 workers apart from Basti, who is overbuilding, as per usual.
Hmm?
But someone has to carry Bonnie and cover for his overpush. So.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
King damage.
First blood on the sands.
Yeah.
Now, everybody's saving this round.
Yeah. Well, Boone doesn't get the Fire Aqua because he pushed to 7. He's adding a Warg, but since Bonnie is saving, this will be very good for him.
Yeah,
he can get Fire Aqua on 5 and
he
then
gets
be
the
fine.
Aqua on 5.
Not sure. Does Green have a good plan? Yes, Infiltrator if he wants it for 5. How about Bonnie? Okay, Bonnie skillfully rolled Mudman as well, so he's fine on next wave. Basti, well, he's 6 workers. He's gonna add Antler because he shifted here. He's also gonna be fine on next wave. I think we just get income sense, as is almost usual in high elo by now. Most.
I think.
Oh.
Bonnie and Basti are tryharding.
Ooh. But then Basti doesn't get his Antler. He only gets Skrull, which is probably fine. But
completely fine. Like the Seraphim just shreds the boss. He is getting a brute though, so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think if he leaks, it's a small leak, right?
Yeah. Which is probably good for them.
Bonnie? You said Bonnie rolled a Mudman. I don't see a Mudman in his roll.
Oh, he re-rolled it. He did have a Mudman earlier. He did re-roll.
Interesting choice.
Yeah. I mean, he does have the
atoms
Atom.
Are just great on 5, right? Like, this always happens. The Atom survives on low HP after killing the boss.
But this Dino is kind of good against his cat, so he's gonna leak.
It's gonna leak, but it's a small leak. And this is with the worker advantage while they save on their opponents. The problem is that Basti leaks too.
Yeah, I think... I really expected them to send, so they hit their thresholds to hold here. This is gonna be
This
good
is just going
king
to be
damage.
like ogres and mimics on 7, right?
Yeah,
It's just overbuild and stuff.
yeah. But you would be much happy. Like, if you want to do this, I think it's better if Bonnie stays 6 workers for wave 5 so he can hold.
Well, Boone and Green, they do read the play, so they don't fall into the trap of income sending again here to give Bonnie and Basti even more workers. So I like the fact that they save here. They don't think the send is coming on 6. They read it correctly. And they're going to at least keep a little bit of pressure. And in fact, Green Spirit, not just reading correctly, but actually building straight for wave 7 as well with the casket there.
Yeah, and Boone did like an intermediate thing, which is adding a disciple.
Yeah.
Which is good here.
You're hedging
and
your
next.
bets. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's very good.
Like it's a really good best of both worlds thing. Like if the send does come here, the disciple's still pretty strong. If it comes on 7, the send's still, the disciple's still pretty strong. So.
But we will have massive sends by Bonnie and Basti. This is an ogre. No, it's a pack leader. Okay, Bonnie, I'm not. Okay, sure. And a mimic. Is it gonna be mimic brute for Basti, or does he not get the brute? I don't think he gets it.
He's very close to the brute.
I think it's 1 Mythium short.
I think he might get it. It's going to be one of those where it either sends very last second, or like just clips it, and gets sent on wave 8 instead with the shift click.
Yeah, I think that makes a big difference here because he's clearly going for it.
Yeah. He kind of wants that mimic in the split, right?
Yeah.
He does get it.
Oh,
he does.
He gets
okay.
It. Okay.
So we've got 2 20 Mythium sends against both Boone and Green Spirit, who are on 865 value.
Yeah. Boone did roll cat for this wave, which he didn't have on wave 1. So that's basically the perfect answer, especially against the pack leader. And now you really wish you had sent an ogre.
And Green, does he get the spell? He does not, but he still did pretty fine there. 76 and 79% of the leaks. But with a lot of the creeps on lowish HP, this isn't the worst leak in the world.
No, but they only have 2 king ups, so this will still be decent damage. And it's a long wave with worker lead for Bonnie and Basti. So they are also not too upset about this. I think this is about even, but I might be wrong here.
Oh wow, that's so much damage actually.
Yeah.
That's way
it's
more
a
than
lot
I
of
expected.
damage. Yeah. Okay, Jules says it's 50-50, so I say I called it correctly.
They do have the income lead on Boone and Green, and of course they have the value lead as well, being forced to stay over 800 value for 7. And the worker gap is not too big, right? There's only -1 on Green.
Yeah, which he's used to be honest.
Yeah.
I want to point out that Bonnie built an angler on wave 5, and by wave 8, he's upgrading it to a bounty
stacks.
hunter, because it only has 14 stacks by now. So that's a bit of a sad kingpin if it ever becomes a kingpin.
It's a prince pin, right?
Yeah.
Green's Iron Maiden looking a bit sad now. And I've got to say, like, he just looks really vulnerable on both 9 and 10, actually.
Yeah, and I mean, wave 9 is gonna be fine because Boone can build a gate, and gate just means you hold on wave 9. But on wave 10, if he builds the gate, he's also kind of vulnerable on 10.
Yeah.
And even if he starts building disciples now, he can still leak to like tank spam on 10. So Green and Boone really need to be careful about wave 10, and they don't have reroll. They don't really have that much, that they can actually do about wave 10. Green is actively trying to overbuild, so he might just be on enough value, I guess. But
he can spam consort for 10, which is obviously one of the best units in the game on wave 10.
Yeah, but still, it's gonna be a 240 send or something, especially with his income sent by Boone.
Yeah. Enoob just inting his teammates.
Yeah. Auto sending, just like in Classic, inting his teammates. And this is gonna be a small leak from Basti, maybe? No, I guess he just holds, right? But it's a very, very long wave.
A very long wave, and there's the Ogre send from Basti.
The Millennium against the Drake is like... This is the worst case scenario for Boone and Green Spirit, because this takes like 7 shots to kill the Drake.
Yeah. It's just such a long wave there. Now we've got big boy sends coming out from Bonnie and Basti. We've got 220 already on the line from both. Green Spirit saving. Like, is he just going to full king up now, or do they expect this end on 11?
I don't know, but don't they just die?
I think they die, yeah. Unless he just fully upgrades the king, I think they're dead here.
I mean, he's only minus like 70 or something if he spams the buzzes.
Yeah, but
and Boone has
Boone
2
is
disciples,
-95
but
with a really weak build.
yeah, I don't know. This doesn't look good for them. I don't want to be in their shoes right now.
No.
Oh, and the ogre is killing the
consorts. The
consorts.
Sens, though, for Boone, like the Sens are all dead. That's something.
Yeah, but
Green Spirit. I mean, he's just leaking everything, right?
he's penny leaking the ogre as well.
Yeah.
And Boone is not gonna cover.
He nearly killed the ogre, actually. I think it got like 3 consort death rattles.
Yeah.
But yeah, this
Do
is.
they live?
I
I'm not sure they live.
I think they do, but I think they're going to be very low, like sub 10%.
Sub 10%, yeah, 100%. Oh! Yeah, they do live.
Okay, 14%, never mind. That's
Yeah, I thought it was...
basically sub 10%.
Yeah, I was wrong. I thought they would take even more damage. And now Green Spirit has a lot of pressure, but this was also a lot of damage for Bonnie.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what wave you can realistically send on if you're Green Spirit and Boone to leak Bonnie and Basti. Like, what wave are you aiming for?
Is their weakness? Exactly, like...
It's not 12?
It's not 13. We have Fatalizers and we have Doomsdays. It's not 14 for the same reason. Although Bonnie's not great on 14, we have to say. But
yeah, Bonnie also can have... Bonnie can also have Phoenix for 13. And Green Spirit also, he only has 10 workers. So he's at a massive worker disadvantage.
Yeah. Which I think is like 2 or 3 more than he normally has on wave 11, right?
Yeah. That's true. But usually he's also on 2.5k value for wave 11. So
yeah, true. This game has not quite gone his way, we have to say.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, things are looking a little bit dicey for Team Greenu. They're 15% King HP. They do have the Mythium advantage, but like you say, it's really difficult to spot a shared weak wave of Bonnie and Basti.
They don't have one.
They don't have one, yeah.
And Bonnie is correctly reading that this is going to be a 13 send.
And he just places the thing. Yeah. I think if I was Bonnie, I would just full shift here. There's no need to show the Phoenix.
I mean, full shifting... I think it's an unnecessary risk to full shift here. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think by showing the Phoenix here, like, he guarantees that Green sends him a double 4-eyes next wave. Whereas if he didn't show it, then maybe it would be a different send. He does get it post income.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I guess the wave takes long enough, right?
There's the 1 4-eyes. But again, like, Green now has to skip income if he wants a chance of getting the second 4-eyes, right? Which means he's going to be even lower in value, and they're not great themselves, but he is going to skip at least.
He does get it, but it's like by 3 Mythium or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if he didn't get it, this would be a point where it's worth pushing a worker into no send to get the second 4-eyes, because otherwise you have no chance of leaking Bonnie without that double 4-eyes.
Yeah. The one thing that Boone and Green Spirit have going for them is that Boone has the hero soul gates for wave 13, and they're getting the send here. So they are sending on Boone's strongest wave, probably.
And Green also gets the Pulverizer Phoenix. He had to sell some stuff, but he did get it out, so that's pretty clutch.
That is pretty clutch. And Basti is getting the Ghost Knight sent, so his Doomsday is dealing a lot less damage than it should. But Bonnie, with his Proton, managed to pull the both 4-eyes right.
Lovely.
Yeah.
He's
so he's just easy holding.
Now, yeah,
easy hold.
Wow, I didn't even see that coming. That's so well played from Bonnie. So now the post-income send from Green Spirit, which cost him all of that extra income, is just not doing what it needs to do. Bonnie just really playing well this game, actually.
I'm not sure if that's consistent, by the way, but
No, it's almost certainly not consistent.
I think it's RNG, but it might be lane 4, to be honest.
It might be lane 4.
But yeah, obviously this is like horrible for Enoob and Green Spirit, because Green, he's saved from wave 8 onwards,
I think
wave
Green
9
is,
onwards.
I think Green is suiciding.
Yeah, he's pushing, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just suicide pushing, but...
So they have to go wave 15, I guess?
Yeah.
Has to
This,
be?
yeah, this has to be a 15. But I'm not sure if this really has a chance of working, because Bonnie isn't pushing too much. He also knows how far ahead they are, so he's just gonna play it safe and try to, you know, hold on 15 or not leak everything at least.
Yeah.
And like
Bonnie
Boone
and
isn't gonna
Basti
be...
both on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, but Boone is
Yeah, Boone's
also not going to
amazing
be...
on 15
like,
either, right?
yeah. He's not easy holding or something. If Bonnie... And I know this is a big if. Okay. And I'm not sure if he will, but I think he should send a witch
Ooh,
into gate.
because Boone is going to spam cats. Is that the thing?
Yes, and because he also has small gates and they have a lot of summons.
Oh, true.
And this is what makes them good on 15.
Green Spirit, with that leak there, Bonnie and Basti now know the send is coming on wave 15, almost guaranteed. So they can pretty much choose to do what they want now. Are they going to go for a race, or are they going to go income king and try to hold?
I think they should send full and
they
just
should.
win the game. Can you
They
send?
save Bonnie and Basti. But the thing is, right, I don't know if you caught this, but they actually, both of them shifted over 300 gold each on wave 14. So they were kind
I
of
saw that.
bluffing their value a little bit, and now they can be overbuilt, which is their favorite kind of built.
Yeah.
But the sends are still big. Like, this is a Ghost Knight already from Boone, and that's just so strong against the Doomsdays from Basti. And the send against Bonnie is solid as well. And the thing is, Phoenixes are obscenely strong on 13, but they're just nowhere near as good on 15.
It depends. If they off-tank properly, then they are just as strong on 15. And this
They are
thing
both
is
off-tanking,
off-tanking, and this is also
And
off-tanking.
now everything goes on this one, right? No, still no.
No.
Hello?
And now he's sniping
I've
the
never
boss.
seen my Phoenixes act like this. What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. And now it's just the easiest full hold of Bonnie's life.
Ah. And Green leaks 67% to 3 King Ups. And Basti is leaking only a boss to a 380 send as well. So yeah, things are starting to look
I think this is game.
pretty rough for Green.
Well, they do get the shutdown, 25 gold. I'm sure this is gonna change the game.
Yeah, they're fine now, right? I mean, they have to resend.
Yeah, but it
It doesn't matter.
I think what they have to do is open the chat, type a minus, and then 2 Fs.
Yeah, that's probably their best chance, honestly. They're going for a skip. I mean, I can see it, right? Like they know how behind they are. They do know how behind they are. So they're just saying our only chance to win is to go. Is it though? Is 17 their chance to win? Like,
No.
Look at Basti's build, man. I think they had to go here.
Yeah, I think there is no winning play. I think they are just, coming to terms with the fact that they have to play from a deficit now.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Maybe talk over things that went wrong and what to improve on for next time. So
Yeah. Reasonable. But yeah, I don't think Green can hold a 500 send while being 1,865 undervalue.
yeah, it is close. It is close.
He nearly held. He nearly did it. And Enoob actually is doing quite well, but it's not well enough. It's
I
not
mean,
well.
wave 16 against King, but it's not.
Turniermannschaft.
Turniermannschaft, Junge!
Manchmal zumidenst. Defeat. So B squared, they do take game number 1, and that was a bit of a roller coaster. But to be honest, yeah, like Green Oob were ahead for the first 7 waves, and then things just went hard in the other direction.
Yeah.
Like, B squared, man, they were ruthless this game. Like, look at this. The 220 sends on wave 7 just dealing nearly 50% damage to the king there against Greenoob. And they just never really let up the pressure again. It was 7 straight into 10. Nearly GG straight there on wave 10, by the way. And yeah, we saw these big sends on 13. But Bonnie with the tech there, pulling both 4-eyes right away from the Phoenix. I really don't think that's consistent, by the way.
No, I don't.
It can't
I'm pretty.
be, can it?
I played around with this positioning, and it's not consistent. Oh, it wasn't consistent for me, but
Yeah.
maybe.
But Bonnie's
It
obviously
sometimes
more,
works.
Bonnie's more skilled than either you or I, which is why he pulled them both right, obviously.
Yeah, but even if the 4-eyes goes left, like Bonnie is leaking then on that wave, and they take a bunch of king damage, but
they're still
they should
ahead.
still win the game.
Yeah.
Like but then the suicide play from green for 15 is a lot stronger, and then they might actually lose to it.
Yes.
So
yeah. Because Bonnie loses out on that much more gold from leaking wave 13. Boone and Green obviously get more gold themselves. And yeah, maybe there's a chance then on 15, but like this with Bonnie's hold, like the game is already over on wave 13, I feel like. And Green and Boone, they tried their best with the suicide into 15.
Oh yeah, good play.
Didn't work out, but the fact that it didn't work out, like it was still the right play. It was still the right thing
Oh
to
yeah,
do.
certainly. But I think the damage on 7 was like a big problem for Boone and Green Spirit.
Yeah.
I think they maybe should have invested into King there instead of resending, but it's always easier said than done. And obviously, them both not having a good answer for 10 is what really hurt them. Because 10 is so dangerous, and then you take so much damage there, and then you're in an awkward spot, because what do you really do? Like, if the enemy long saves onto you, you just lose because you will both leak. Even if you leak small, like a 10% king will just die from it. And, if you long save yourself, then you need to hope the enemy has a shared weak wave, but Bonnie and Busty just didn't happen to have one.
No. And like, we thought they were pretty much on the brink of death on 10 as well, right? Like, it was a very ballsy decision for Greenoob to save their Mythium there when they were both looking so weak. And they kind of paid for it as well, because they damn near died, and at that point, like, the game was just already super hard for them to get back into. And Bonnie just closed out their chances basically when he held wave 13. Like, there just wasn't really many hopes left for Greenoob at that point. They did go for the small percentage play with the suicide into 15, but we saw that didn't work, and then the game was over before the wave 16 send closed it. But yeah, I think Green Spirit and Boone can certainly come back into game number 2. I definitely want to see them take a game here.
Yeah, I think Boone and Green Spirit can certainly take the second game, especially given that Bonnie cannot pick his one-trick pony cash out, and Busty cannot pick his greed.
I don't think Busty has ever played a mastermind that isn't greed, so this will be an interesting one.
Yeah.
But then, having said that, neither is Green Spirit, so I'm not sure, right? Like, do you know what though? Like, what's a really clever play here for Green Spirit? If he never wins a game in the tournament, he never has to pick something that isn't greed.
Yeah, true.
It's conquest,
that's very
right?
smart.
You can pick it as long as you don't win with it. So if he just loses all of his games, he doesn't have to pick a different option.
Yeah.
But guys, game number 2. Let's go.
Fiesta! Woo!
Fiesta!
Boone! Let's go! Inu! Let's
Boone.
go!
He has the Windhawk, he has the Seedling, he's got options for days. This is what you want to see when you pick Fiesta.
Yes. And I know what you want to see, because I am also a Fiesta player sometimes, and I would love that role. Oh! And you have Savior, you have Counterattack, you have Hero, and he has Gate. Oh, he has options for days!
This is beautiful. Green Spirit going for his classic overbuild play with the Crusher 3 Bone Warriors there.
He's asking a skilled player, yo, where do I put my Bone Warriors to hold wave 2? He just doesn't know.
And Boone is just currently deciding whether he wants to go for Windhawk or Seedling with his Fiesta. Like, he's picking his poison, right?
Yeah. I think the Seedling is better.
Boone thinks Windhawk's better. Or does he?
Oh, he's wrong.
There is not a snail in sight from Bonnie nor Basti, so Boone will pro-leak here. Is he as good as King Dams, though? Will he only leak 1 creep? Or will he be a mere mortal like the rest of us and leak 2?
Let's have a look. Windhawk is trying its best.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it turned quite a bit to attack that creep.
Oh.
Very little for that one. Oh!
Can it do one more?
Oh!
Boone is only human after
Eno.
all. He leaks 2 there.
Ah, but he's
player
doing the
would have
6
leaked 1.
workers. Wow, that's very aggressive. He wants the 60 on wave 2.
He has Aqua though, right? So it's fine as long as Bonnie doesn't snail him.
Oh, it's even fine if he snails. This is a 50% or something. You're fine with that.
Yeah.
As long as Green Spirit puts down...
Infiltrate
Okay, he's
that?
putting...
Don't you just
Such a pussy, dude.
Fire Archer, or what is this?
What a pussy. He should have pushed 6 workers. But we have Steed on Bonnie, so he just doesn't care about the 60 cent.
Well, now he'll wish he was 6 workers, right? Now that he knows that Bonnie stayed on 3.
Yeah. He can still push now, but his gold is gonna be a bit ugly for next wave.
Tempest does die in Basti's lane against the DT send. This might end up being a bit of a leak for the carry machine.
Oh, Busty.
Well, it is 58% actually. Bonnie with his 3 workers is doing quite well though, so he's going to cover there, get more stacks on his Bonnie Hunter.
Ha!
Oh, the sharps S.
Oh, so witzig. Yeah.
I really don't like Bounty Hunter Steed openers though. I think it's super weak. I think if you want to speedrun the stacks on your angler, you might as well start with an angler and something else and have more workers. Like, angler openers are fairly weak against sends, but so is this. And this is just super low workers at the same time.
Yeah, and I mean, it really depends on the enemy's workers and all that kind of stuff. If it's a low push game with quick waves, then it's fine and you can actually come out quite ahead. But in this case, Boone has a bunch of workers, is trying to leak to make long waves.
Yeah.
And that's not what you want.
I think this is actually, having said that, is this just going to be the god tier Fiesta?
Yeah, I think it is. Because Busty didn't send the snail because he didn't want him to leak.
Oh, Enoob.
Enoob. A good player would have killed those 2 creeps.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right, we do have resends from Bonnie and Basti. So Bonnie full on feeding. Oh, we have the Ashton.
Was it post income though? It was post income though. No?
Post income?
It was very close. I didn't see it.
It wasn't, but it might be.
It was so close. It was last tick. Maybe it was pre-ink. But the Ashton is gonna do some serious damage to the Bounty Hunter if it ever attacks it. I mean, Bonnie has the Growl and he's 4 workers at 470 value.
Yeah, which is
so
reasonable,
I think
right?
he should be fine on wave 4.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, Cannoneer wastes a shot as well. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah,
he might leak the Cannoneer, but I think he's just...
And Enoob? No, Enoob is holding.
Oh,
Basti!
Penny leaking the Dino! Oh, you hate to see it.
The pain.
Bonnie does hold, somehow able to hold wave 4 with only 470 value. Very risky player that he is.
He's pushing a lot of workers on average, though. So.
Well, now he can as well, right? Because he should be able to hold 5 then. And he has the Growl, so his Kingpin's just guaranteed on wave 6.
Are you sure he's holding to a 60 re? I mean, okay, Lizard is probably the worst 40 income mercenary you could send. So
he's pulling the boss right as well. So I don't know. Okay, never mind.
Not anymore. Yeah. I don't know.
Is he just changing his...
No. He is shifting 50 gold. He's pushing on the send now. Does he get the kingpin then?
I
Yeah,
think
he does.
he must, right? Because you only need
Yeah,
120 gold with the
yeah,
roll.
he does.
Bounty Hunter is at full stack, so that will be a 150 stack kingpin on wave 6.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And now,
Now
he's
he
8
can
workers as
push.
well, actually.
Does he get it with 8 workers though? Maybe. Yeah, I guess.
With a
Yeah,
send?
yeah, he does. Yeah, no, he does
Oh wow,
perfectly
he exactly
get it.
gets it.
That's kind of nice for him.
That is kind of... And now Bonnie's going to have a massive power spike and be able to push workers. I think he's in a pretty good place.
Yeah, this kingpin now enables him to save for however long he wants. I'm kind of looking... Maybe they want to go wave 8 because Mole and Mole Hermit is kind of good against Green Spirit and Boon.
I mean, we can see that Enoob has both LOD and an honor bunk in his role, so he has got options to hold 8. But certainly what he's showing on the board currently is very weak on wave 8. And Green Spirit, like, sure, he's got the coiler, but there's ways and means of killing a coiler build on 8.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, right? The Mole is obviously very good.
They just go
Oh,
income.
they just go... Okay. Alright, everyone just goes income. But I'm not sure if that's such a good play now. I mean, we have... Okay, Bonnie is just trying to scale now, right? He's just trying to use his power spike.
I mean, he has 11 workers, and he's still on value. Like, yeah, Bonnie's power spiking for sure. He's going to snowball. He's getting an income send here from Boone as well. Like, Bonnie can just push up to 13, 14 workers, maybe even add another angler.
Yeah. And he has Soulgate and Graal, so he also has... and Hero. So he is going to be very, very, very strong.
Yeah.
Even in the mid and late game, if he gets the snowball rolling, which it looks like he will. The angler is dying, which is annoying.
I still hate Angler Steve, by the way. I think he just maybe got a little lucky with when the sends came through. And obviously has Graal as well, which makes a difference.
Yeah. You really need Graal with it, because else you never get out the Kingpin, or you have to shift, and if you get a send when you shift, then you're just completely fucked.
Yeah.
But still, Busty is falling a bit behind. The rest all have a really, really strong game, thanks to the income sends. And in income, we can see that Boone still has the lead over Bonnie, which will maybe change. But no, he also has the worker lead at the moment.
Yeah,
but
I'm
he's behind in value,
actually that Bonnie stayed on 12 workers. He got the send on 7. He's over value, and he just wants the bounty hunter. I'd like, why?
I think he knows that his role is just absolutely insanely strong, and he still has reroll.
Yeah.
So he's just trying to be safe, and he thinks that with his roll quality, he will be able to carry the game no matter what, unless he just falls behind due to an overpush now.
So
maybe he even maybe he also expected to be on fire, I'm not sure. Which obviously is a wrong assessment of the situation, but sometimes it happens when you play Kingpin.
Okay.
But Boone and Green read the situation like that Bonnie is overbuilding and that Busty is also on quite high value. So they income send here.
Oh, is Green Spirit going to shift? He adds an antler. I think he's tempted to shift for the Sovereign. No.
Maybe he is, because Boone also looks weak on 10. Yeah.
If he builds the antler, though, then he never gets the Sovereign.
Yeah.
Without selling some stuff.
Yeah. They do income king here, and they do the king attacks. So this is sort of the middle ground play, right? If they send here, we're kind of fine, because we build and we income send. And if they go 10, at least we have king ups.
My god, Bonnie's late game potential is obscene.
Yeah.
He's going to have Hero, Ocean Templar, Gates with Kingpins.
Yeah.
Man, and even Steeds to pump the Gates full of mana as well.
Yep.
And
it's
then
so
the Badger,
strong.
so like the only weak ways that he has really being 14, 15, he's just got Iron Scales.
Yeah, it's so strong. Like, that's why I don't hate it that he's playing it safe, because, like, you know, If he gets his snowball rolling somehow and they don't take massive king damage early on,
He'll just be unstoppable.
he just can't leak unless Boone suicides.
Yeah. I could maybe see 16 happening against them.
No,
Like, Bonnie and Dusty
it's gates
currently-
on 16. Gates on 16, dude. It's
I mean,
maybe-
normal gates on 16, sure.
yeah.
But Hero Ocean Templar gates on 16? Maybe not.
Yeah, and I'm surprised, by the way. We should have maybe said this, but Bonnie and Busty are continuing to save,
Yeah.
which I kind of find surprising. I mean, maybe because
they just
Boone
go
showed the
12 now,
Ranger.
right? They just go 12? Green Spirits show. Oh, no, it's 11. Okay, never mind. Caster's Curse once again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that they go full as well, but... Oh, Boone even went on fire. You hate to see it when the enemy has this kind of role and they are saving for long.
Boone
There's the
does have a
heroes.
chance to hold, I think, though. Like, if he takes Savior, he can get the Orchid, or he can just take Hero, because he's already got a pretty value circle there. You just need to place something to... Yeah, okay, he's going to go Hero on the Windhawk, right?
Yeah, Hero is so much value. It's so good.
And probably boost. Yeah, he does boost as well. Green Spirit also with the Hero. For some reason, not building his Infiltrator on the white main. I think you might as well take advantage of the extra value while you can.
They did a few king ups because they was a bit scared, but they didn't want to commit full king
Yeah.
because they weren't sure if the send was coming here or 12. Or at least that's my
Green
read of
Spirit
the situation.
Is getting sniped, and also he just never kills a ghost snipe.
Oh no,
the ghost
Green
snipe.
Spirit.
Oh no, he's penny leaking.
Oh, penny leak.
117
Oh,
and Enoch
and-
leaking 2 for shutdown.
Ah,
Oh.
and they are already so far behind, and shutdown is just ruining them. Ah,
I think B squared have just won this one now. Like, I don't want to call it early, but with Bonnie's role and with the position they're in the game now, this is going to take something special from Green Oob to win this one.
I think they have to go 14,
Yeah.
but it's super hard because Busty still has this and this.
I mean,
And
Basti's a god on 14. Like, sure, we can see he's got one antler and one LOD, but he's also going to have a hero Leviathan circle with like multiple canopies.
And like, look at this. Look at this. Bonnie is plus 100 here.
Yeah.
He's gonna have the Hero Ocean Templar for 14, and he's
don't-
gonna have at
don't
least
know why
one
he's adding
sand
another
patch
angler.
there.
I think you're just out of anglers at this point.
Yeah, you don't angler here, but okay. I think it doesn't matter.
Like, even if the send comes on 14, Bonnie's still going to be on value.
Yeah, and they just match 14, Green Spirit and Boone. They can't ever skip 14. And after that, I don't see Bonnie leaking on any wave. I mean, maybe with a suicide play for 16 then, but Hades is also kind of strong there, and you know, it's a hero Hades with white main buff as well.
It's so strong. I don't know. This one's looking really rough. Jules still thinks that they've got a decent chance though. He's only saying 59% to Bonnie and Basti.
Yeah.
I think to me it just feels much more like 90%.
Oh yeah, this is certainly in the range of 90%. I mean, if I had to give percentages, I would give 95% to Green Spirit and to Bonnie and Basti. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I just don't see how you lose in this position.
Bonnie's still on value. And yeah, sure, Basti might leak on 14. I just never see it being enough for them to die. And if they don't one-shot them, then the game is just over, right?
Yeah. The question is if Bonnie and Basti want to go full here, or if they go income king. But I think they will go full.
And
The
Blue
thing is
does
that-
go with the centaur.
Bonnie, hello? Can you not...
Bonnie?
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 Bonnie is getting a kingpin here? No
Bonnie?
Ocean Templar?
Hmm.
Not sending an income? Okay, he's trying. He is trying.
Yeah,
He's
he's
trying.
trying to give them a chance, yeah.
Now he's
just gonna
doing...
match the king.
Okay.
And I guess he just feels like he doesn't need any income to be able to hold because he's already on value.
Yeah, but now he's just gonna save like 200 Mythium, and Busty went full. And Busty's
and
gonna
Spirit's
save
really low value as well.
Yeah, and
that seems like an opening for Team Green.
he's partially focusing the Centaur. And okay, he's killing the Ogre at least.
Now he's speedrunning the Centaur. The Centaur died very quickly then with the magic.
Yeah,
gate
but it
creep
was
focusing.
partially tanking for a long time. And Busty is leaking as well. Like this
leaking.
will be a lot of king damage.
Yeah. And Boone
and Green is holding because he got hero.
Because he got
so
king ups. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it looks like Green holds very strongly here, but if that's a send instead of 180 king ups, I think Bonnie and Basti maybe just win on wave 14.
Yeah. I think a Centaur leaks Green Spirit because the Soph has no lifesteal.
Definitely.
Yeah. Alright. I mean, still, Bonnie and Basti, they survived 14. There are no weak waves coming up ever in the game. Boone and Green Spirit do not have great scaling rolls into the late game. Okay, Green Spirit has the white man with the hero gates, so he does have something good, but Boone doesn't really have something amazing.
And Basti has an LOD added onto the Leviathan hero aura. I mean, I feel like the send kind of has to be 16.
Yeah.
Like, Bonnie's never leaking 17 with hero, Ocean Templar gates, and Kingpins.
I think the correct play, I mean, the one play would be if you had more value to save for 18. Just not push off the 14 cent ever, and hope they send you 16, and then save for 18 and win a race there, maybe.
Well, we do see the 16 sends coming out, so I guess we just wait and see now whether Green Noob decide to match it. They do. Okay.
Yeah, they do. They have to. They know they are too low value. They have to send here as well.
Yeah, otherwise they're just dead, right?
Yeah.
Right, we've got pack imps coming out from multiple players.
Yeah. Pack leader imps, very strong combo.
And Bonnie is going for 2 more gates on the Templar.
No. Bonnie isn't sure what he's supposed to build here in this spot.
Oh.
He does have slightly ugly gold.
I think he's thinking about the Angler, and I think that's a mistake.
Yeah, I hope he's not gonna Kingpin.
He goes for a Steeding. That's better. Now Green is going to leak everything here. Boone, I think he just leaks as well. This is scary.
Yeah, and I think Basti can hold. Maybe not. He's on very low value, but Hades is really, really strong here. Don't
really
ever underestimate Hades.
Yeah, he gets so much mana. But he's just getting overrun, right? Like, he didn't have the value.
Bonnie is also getting overrun. Bonnie is also
the gates
leaking.
are dying before they get summons.
Yeah.
I think he only got 3 summons per gate.
Yeah,
Did they die fast enough? Basti holding quite a long time. Boone leaking 52%. Green Spirit holding... Oh, is it enough? 20 creeps right side,
enough.
15 creeps left side. These guys might live.
I think this is close, but I don't think Boone and Green Spirit
Pack
live.
are both down. Boone and Green Spirit, they're going to survive. Meanwhile, right side, Bonnie and Basti...
They die! They dead!
We get
Bonnie!
game!
Bonnie! Bonrich! Bruder! Was das?
Bonrich, was ist das, Junge?
Bonnie.
Oh.
Bruder.
Wow.
Alter, Bruder.
With the post-income king ups on 14, Bonnie really decided to give Greenoob away to win the game. I mean, he's done it for the fans, right? Like, he didn't want it to be too easy. They knew they had a 2-0 win if he just decides to send on 14. But no, Bonnie is a man of the people, and he said, no, I don't want a 2-0. I'm going to give them a chance, let them win here on 16, and then we get game number 3. It's what the viewers want, it's what the casters want. Man, Bonnie is just a really generous guy. He's completely selfless. Like, what a guy.
Doesn't push a single worker the entire early game.
Yeah.
To be safe. Then doesn't send for income on 14, and then pushes 6 workers so he can actually leak on 16 instead of easy hold.
Amazing.
That's the one line he can take to lose the game. Nice.
It actually is the only way they can lose this game.
Nice, Bonnie. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I absolutely appreciate it. Thank you. Now we get to cast one more game.
One more game. I mean, I'm happy, dude. Are you happy? I'm happy.
Oh yeah, I'm happy. I just
I'm
didn't
happy.
see it coming, dude.
No.
But so far, everything I said on this cast has been wrong. So,
Yeah.
and I said Bonnie and Basti were gonna win easily. So
Well,
maybe
now,
I should say that again.
Now Green Oob have the mental advantage as well, right? Because Bonnie and Basti
Jesus.
just hard through a one game. Like,
Yes.
there's no way to sugarcoat that particular series of events, right? Like they won the game already, and then they managed to thread the needle to find the 1% chance of losing. Fair play, you know, it's well done there by Bonnie.
Yeah.
In particular.
Yeah. Good job. Fiesta boom.
Fiesta, boom! But now Boone can't play Fiesta.
Yeah.
Are you keeping track of what people can play, by the way? I think Bonnie is no cash out, Basti is no greed, Green Spirit is no greed, and Boone is no Fiesta? Oh no, Green wasn't greed that game, was he?
Green was cash out.
Okay. Turniermannschaft.
Turniermannschaft.
Oh, I'm really glad we get to see game 3 of this series. Bonnie's tagline, don't send witch into gates, just never send it. Words to live your life by, ladies and gentlemen, as we go into game number 3.
Cash out! Cash out!
Cash out.
Cha-ching!
Green on
Cha-ching!
greed. We've never seen him play this before.
Yeah. Bonnie is still thinking long and hard if he's gonna pick greed or if he's gonna pick Hassel.
Hassel?
Nani?
Herr Bonrich, was ist das?
I mean, I understand his thought process. He's thinking, okay, Green Spirit never pushed a worker in his entire life.
Yeah, true.
So I don't need any pressure in the early game. I can just income king every wave, and then I'll have the same workers as Green, because he never pushed a single worker in his life.
True.
And then I'll have the castle power spike and just win it in mid game.
And by the way, can I just say that Bonnie's role is absolutely disgustingly good?
Yeah, but that was already his downfall last game. So maybe it's bad for them. Windhawk start. Very
Is
good.
he going to add the Tempest, though? I think... Yeah, he is, yeah. So the reason he does this, by the way, guys, like, it's almost always wrong to add the Tempest to the Windhawk. Like, you're fine if... You're obviously fine to leak 2 creeps. You're also fine if they snail you and you leak big. Except if you're with Castle. Because with Castle, if they snail you, you can't afford the Tempest on 2. So Bonnie, knowing this, goes for the Tempest on 1, thinking, okay, it's a bit more slow as an opener, but I'd rather play it safe than lose the game to a snail on 1.
Yeah, but Boone and Green have never snailed in their life, so... Boone is playing a U build with 2 anglers. What are your thoughts on the False Maiden double angler start? I know you're an expert in bad angler starts, so what are your thoughts here? Is this a bad angler start, or is this not your area of expertise?
I think this is a good angler start, which means I've got no idea how he builds it, obviously, because I would only know how to do a bad angler start.
Yeah, okay. I'm interested to see. I think he's gonna shift on 4, so he can Halo on 5, because else he's just dead.
Yeah.
So it has to be Hellraiser next, shift, and then Halo. But then you're lacking quite a few stacks. Oh, he doesn't get Hellraiser because he didn't send. Oh. I'm not sure if he didn't plan for that. The waves were too quick and he forgot to send, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
This is pretty rough now, because what do you do? Like, do you add a warg?
He does add a wall.
Yeah, okay. Eh, not ideal.
Alright, but it's only a snail, so he's going to be completely fine. And Green Spirit obviously holding with the triple atoms there. We did get a save here, so Bonnie is being on the receiving end of a tryhard, and Boone can double DT him on 4, where he's not looking great.
Can he?
I think so, right?
No.
Like he already has the
He's
60,
5
or is the
workers.
wave is too fast?
He can't. He can 60, but he can never.
He can never get the second DT. Yeah, he stayed too low workers. He did that to get the bounty hunter upgrade. Now this is my area of expertise: is overbuilding with anglers so that you can get the bounty hunter on 4.
Yeah, yeah. But the problem is, I'm not sure if this is your area of expertise again. What do you do on 5 to Busty's tryhard send? Like, what do you do if you get, say, a hermit?
Well, I'll tell you what I would do in that situation is I would leak the entire wave. So
Yes.
I'm not sure, like maybe Boone has a better idea of what to do, but we'll find out next one.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
Bonnie,
Bonrich with the 60 send, is it enough to get him? It does overwhelm the fire archer, and the DT still living. It does now go down. This looks like it will be a bit of a leak for Herr Bonrich.
yeah, but I think Boone is sort of digging his own pit to stay true to Green Spirit's tagline, because this long wave might actually get him in trouble for
And
next
that's
wave.
such a pro leak from Bonnie as well, getting that 4th creep just at the end there, only leaking 3.
And what is Busty gonna send? A Dino. Okay, it's not the Hermit, but I think Dino is also really good send, and I'm not sure what Boone is gonna do.
I mean, he goes for
Hunter.
the second bounty. He does raise the split, so the boss will go right. So, I mean, he just has value, right? Like, his build is not amazing for 5. He's only receiving income, but he is on 535 value. And as everybody knows, value is strong. $100 send into Basti. He does get the Orchid, so he should be completely fine. The Nightmare will die quickly. Actually, maybe he's not fine. That might be a bit of a leak for Basti there. And it's all because he pulled the boss right.
Yeah, I think he needed to sell the split, and now he's gonna leak the Dino.
And if we look at Enud's lane, value is proving to be strong. So he's holding,
fine.
and Basti... Okay, he leaks 1 creep.
Okay.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
And Bonnie, I guess,
Value
just
is
holds,
strong.
right? Yeah, Bonnie just...
Yeah, but double bounty hunter is also not something you really enjoy for wave 6. I mean, he has to stay 6 workers and get the Hellraiser, then he's probably fine. And
that's
then
exactly what
he
he's
can maybe push for 7, but it's still risky. Yeah, Hellraiser. But Bonnie is also 6 workers, so it's not like he's losing out tremendously. And Bonnie is tryharding.
Wow. He's tee-heeing all the way to the bank.
Oh, and Green Spirit can't decide what to do because he has 160 gold. And like it doesn't work well with his gold.
He's going to shift a little bit, actually.
Yeah.
Good call, Green.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
All right. Bonnie is getting starved as well by a tryhard. And Boone's plus 45 here, so...
Yeah. Boone should be fine on next wave as well. And cover. And covering is very good with bounty hunters because you get extra stacks.
And it's just income from Bonnie and Basti. Wow, okay. Well,
yeah, I mean, Bonnie settled for the income plan on pre-wave 1 when he picked Castle.
Yeah.
So he wants to make sure Green can't push, but he doesn't really want to go for power mercs unless he thinks it's gonna be a big leak on Green. But it's very unlikely, given that he's on 6 workers himself. So he just thinks, okay, I'm gonna make sure he doesn't push and he doesn't outpush me by a lot, but then I'm just gonna send income. So
that's exactly what he's done.
Yeah. And he has saved a bit to have more pressure for next wave as well.
Knowing that the Double Fiend obviously isn't going to get a leak, so I think it's a pretty solid play. Enoob is able to hold, of course, against the Dino Snail, so there's nothing really to see here. And both Bonnie and Basti are holding, or are they? Basti.
Unless...
Basti.
Basti.
Imagine, as the only player with less than 700 value on Wave 7, he actually leaks.
Punished.
You know?
He
Punished
can
for
never
pushing
recover.
workers.
Can never recover from this mental damage.
Yeah. And now Enoob is on 10 workers, so there is a slight lead. He does get a Hermit send here, though. And do you know what? Bounty Hunters and non-tantrumed Hellraisers, not all that strong on Wave 8. I think we might see a bit of a leak in lane number 1 here.
Yeah. It would be great if he got the double snail to go with it. Now he will only get one snail, but it's still dangerous because, as you said, Bounty Hunters, very low damage unit. Warg, completely negligible damage.
Yeah.
Non-tantrumed Razor, kinda countered by Hermit.
And it's all weak against the magic damage as well, right? He doesn't have a single arcane unit on the board. I think he's going to leak decently.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. The Hellraiser is focusing down the left side of the wave nicely because of the split. Bounty Hunter split tanking.
Wow.
So I think it's fine for him.
Yeah, what do I know, actually? Like, why am I even casting these games? I think we should just have Boone do my job and also play at the same time. He's clearly capable.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing well. I also thought this would do a bit worse, but the split worked very nicely for him.
Yeah, the split was just perfect for him. Like, the way that the Hellraiser just focused down all of the creeps on the left side, it wasn't splitting its damage, which... Oh, okay. Is he baiting casters, or is he actually building a zero-stack lioness?
No!
There's the zero-stack lioness.
No.
Bad Boone.
Stop the schnerd play.
We have
I think it's the best he has
against Bonnie and Basti here.
Yeah.
There is a bit of a boost there on the Beemeister.
Yeah.
Do we see a leak here, actually? Because he has an awful lot of swift armor.
Yeah. And Boone has a lot of workers, and his Kingpin power spike coming up. He's in a prime position to carry this game. So... And Basti is brute sending. I don't think that's a good choice. Because Boone is gonna have the Kingpin for next.
He definitely has a Kingpin, right? Yeah. And you know that he does as well.
Yeah. But I don't know.
I mean, a full stack Kingpin, or close to.
Yeah. There are the income sends. How is Green looking on this wave? Yeah, Green might go for a bit of a leak.
Yeah, I mean, he has the Starcaller, so he's going to at least chunk the King a little bit. But maybe a bit lacking in tanks to keep the Starcaller alive.
Yeah, I think he's going to leak a bit. But I don't think it's going to be a massive leak, and I think Boone can hold this with his Kingpin.
Yeah, his Kingpin, and don't forget his one stack now Lioness.
Yeah. And, like, from the double brute, one of the brutes will just go onto this Hellraiser, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know.
It does?
It?
Oh, no, it
turns
did,
around.
and then it changed as well.
Yeah. But now the brutes just get focused because of the Hellraiser, so... I don't know, it might be a bit of a leak.
No, Enoob's going to hold, right, I think?
No.
And
it's a
Green, does he kill the boss? He needs one more spell. He does not, so that's a bit of a leak for Green Spirit. And actually, yeah, a bit of a leak for Enoob as well.
Yeah. But I don't think this is really worth it, because there's also like 7 king attacks or something already on the king.
And 3 spell as well.
Yeah. So this is, sure, this is damage and everything, but you've also saved quite a bit for this, and you've sent power marks. So you will now fall behind in income a bit.
Although
that being said,
Castle Power Spike.
Yeah.
He's way
Castle
ahead in
Power
income.
Spike. Yeah. But Boone is on fire, and he's now getting his second Kingpin Power Spike. So now he's on a lot of value.
Double Power Spike. He can also, and by the way, I quite like this placement. He can Battle Scars, and the Lioness, because it's the front unit, should nearly always be the one that takes the most damage. Unless he's leaking waves, then obviously the Kingpins take more.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
he's doing
he does take
just
the Battle Scars. Okay, that's really nice. So the Lioness now should almost certainly take the stack on 11. And then because it's the highest HP unit, it should keep getting them on 12 and 13 as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was Boone's plan all along, but it
I think
should
it
work out
was.
nicely.
I think it was. I mean, he's
Check
a
it.
good enough player to do that.
Let's bring up the damage taken graph. So the Lioness has taken the most so far, but the Kingpin is quickly catching up. Will it take the stack? It will. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Ah.
If his Kingpins just split tank a little bit better, because you see this one barely took any damage. If his Kingpins split tank a little bit better, then he's getting the stack on the Lioness. And obviously the extra HP is better on a unit that has damage reduction. So kind of unfortunate there for Boone.
Yeah, but you also don't mind the stack on the Kingpin because the extra hit speed and the extra HP is also very good. I'm a bit concerned about wave 13 for Boone, but I guess he just wants to pop out a Halo from nothing. But I'm not sure he can afford it if he doesn't shift.
Huh?
So
He certainly won't be able to get the big Halo, right?
yeah, that's what I mean, the big Halo. Yeah, he shouldn't, and I don't think they will send on 13 because, you know, you don't really want to send into what you know is going to be a Phoenix and Doppelganger, Kingclaw, Orchid.
Yeah. They might even go straight 15 on Green Oob.
Yeah, I think that's their plan.
It's like Green is just very, very low workers again this game.
Yeah,
But
he's
Good
behind
save
a
as
bit.
well. Actually, Boone is just fully prepping the mask, so he wants to hold 14, which maybe suggests that they are going to go straight 15, thinking maybe Boone can hold 14.
Yeah, I think they... Well, they have correctly identified that the send is not coming on 13, which is good.
Yeah.
And Boone is definitely in a position that makes him capable of holding 14. It's just a question whether they think they can hold well enough on 14 that they can skip if the send is coming. Busty is losing 40 gold here.
That's 40 gold he'll never see again.
Yeah. So do they blink? Does one side blink or is everyone going 15?
Bonnie and Basti are going 14. Green Oob, will they stick to their guns? I think they will. No,
Nope.
send!
Last second send.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's
It
bad
might
though.
not be bad, actually. Bonnie and Basti are super low value.
Yeah, they are very... Like, it's a super starved game. Obviously, the Ocean Templar is good, but the Centaur is really good against everything that Busty has.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I mean, I'm not sure if Boone can hold, and if Boone doesn't hold, I'm very worried, because Green, I don't think he can hold, but he's only minus 200, so maybe he can do okay.
Green has decent damage. He has 3 badges. But the sends a pretty big 520, 520, only 440 and 360 against B squared, but they do have much less value, so let's see. Full Harden, of course, on her Bonrich. Oh, Basti getting absolutely overwhelmed there. That's going to be a big leak on the Basti. Yeah. But Bonnie's smurfing there with the Phoenix just perfectly off-tanking. Thank goodness Sovereign's getting nerfed. Boone leaks 89%, Green Spirit leaks 68%. They don't die, though.
They don't die, but this is a lot of damage, and this will put Bonnie far ahead. Yeah. And he's on 20. Are they resending? Bonnie is pushing everything.
Pushing heavily, yeah.
I don't think they should.
Team Green Oob are taking a lot of damage here.
Bonnie is pushing so hard. Is this actually a resend? Like, this looks like a resend, no?
Is he pushed for like a post-income shaman? Maybe?
Such a weird play to push this hard.
Yeah. Why would he break the habit of a lifetime?
I mean, it's what lost them the second game, so maybe he's trying to do it again.
But maybe he's just going for an undercut, right? Like, they're just going to go for a 16 send rather than the 17, where he looks that much weaker. But honestly, with the Mudmen, I think Boone and Green Spirit might just go 16 as well. Although Basti's a carrying machine on 16 for sure.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have value. But Green doesn't have workers. I just don't know.
Yeah, Green is on 13 workers, so that's a bit of a rough one. I don't know. I think the send has to come 16 from everyone.
It has to, right? So it's certainly coming
Bonnie
from
is sending, yeah.
das Turnier-Mannschaft. They go for das 16 send, Schicke.
Yeah.
Oh, and with Basti's Pro League here, I think Greenoob, if they weren't
Yeah.
already planning to send, they definitely will now.
That's a penny leak on the boss.
Yeah.
They have to send. They have to send.
Greenoob, okay, they do.
Okay.
There's Mimics
That's the
from Green,
mimic, yeah.
and Enoob goes for Pack.
Oh, he
Helmet?
would have had the centaur. Oh no, he would have had the centaur though.
Well, let's...
I think it's fine, yeah. Not sure. Is Basti going to boost everything? He has to, right?
He
So
has
Green
to.
has to send.
Did Basti sell his
Tanks?
Ocean Templar?
Yes,
Oh, he
did
had
sell
Pawn
his
Shop,
Ocean-
okay. He had
Yeah.
Pawn Shop.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But he's still on no value. Like, he's gonna leak for sure.
Yeah.
Green has white main gates. He is going to leak. The question is, how long will he hold?
And
And
Boone has
can-
3 prepped Hellraisers with an APS. Like, Boone has damage.
Boone has damage, but there's too much going to his left side. His left
Yeah.
side is gonna die.
His left side is going to die. His right side is cleaning up quite nicely.
Bonnie
He
has
still
double
has-
Phoenix, so he's gonna do fine.
And they're
I
both
think.
Smurf Phoenixes as well. Bonnie just holds. Basti does leak again. Green Spirit is leaking.
Yeah. Boone is holding.
Boone is holding.
Bonnie is
Bonnie is
holding,
holding.
but
Yeah.
with almost nothing.
Yeah,
But
but
it's
I
fine.
think left side die, right?
Yeah, left side dies. Yeah, GG.
Boone just, he held, but with not enough left alive.
Yeah. Green Spirit proving to be the bigger handicap.
Yeah. Bonnie tried his absolute best to be the heavier player with the second game, but in the end, Green Spirit was the heaviest player.
Yeah.
What can you do?
What can you do?
Hmm.
But why didn't Boone have an arcane unit if he's playing cash out? That's a bit weird.
I mean, the real question is why didn't Widdowson open Green Devil or Crusher here?
Yeah, that's the real question, yeah.
But this is just a tale of castle, right? Like, the game was pretty close. There was a slight lead for Team Greenoob all the way through the early game. Then Castle Power Spike kicks in for Bonnie, and the game just kind of wildly swings after this failed send on wave 14. Like, Bonnie's Phoenix was just so good there.
Yeah,
I
Phoenix, man.
I mean,
so glad Sovereign is getting a nerf, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 345 value under recommended. He has his main unit is a magic damage dealer, and he just holds and covers quite a lot in the mid as well from his teammates' fleek.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, in game 1, Bonnie had Phoenix, and they won. In game 2, he had an absolutely insane roll that did not include Phoenix, and they lost. And in game 3, Bonnie had Phoenix, and they won.
So what you're saying, if I'm reading between the lines, what you're saying is nerf Zeus?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should nerf Zeus.
Yeah, okay, cool. Just wanted to get that one clear. But guys, we do have a 2-1 victory here from Team B Squared. They will be making it through till tomorrow's semi-final. So congratulations to Herr Bonrich and Das Carry Machine Basti. We will see these
Jawohl.
guys again tomorrow. Jawohl!
Well played, Bonnie and Basti.
Well played, Bonnie and Basti. We do love
actually
to give them
well
a bit of
played,
shit,
guys.
but they're very, very solid tournament players. Das Turnier-Mannschaft in action.
Yeah.
It's an honour to watch them play. And
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a pretty incredible day of games, actually. Both
Oh, yeah,
series that we
certainly.
casted going the full 3 games length, and all of them actually being pretty back and forth. Like, there wasn't... Maybe a couple of the game ones in the series were a little bit one-sided, but other than that, all of the games were pretty close. Like, small differences either way making the difference as to who goes through at the end of the day, and that's just why I love Legion so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And, especially this series, you could really see that, like, everyone was trying to play the opponent as well. Like they were not only trying to play the game, but they also know each other very well. So they were really trying to make like decisions based off what they also don't see on the lane and what they know the enemy likes to do and all that kind of stuff. So it was really high quality gameplay.
It's those next level mind games, right, that really make the difference. At the very top end of Legion, where all the players are already proficient in things like building and sending and understanding like the ways that sends are going to come on and what ways to send on and stuff like that, then it becomes a bit of a game of poker, right, where they're bluffing each other and saying, I'm strong on this wave, you can't send me here, and then they shift 300 gold to make sure they've got the big units come out on their weak wave. And like we saw a lot of that today, and it's really what makes Legion just different and what makes it great, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, amazing gameplay all around. I think we've had some fantastic games. Julian, a pleasure as always for you to join me here on the cast. It's been a lot of fun for me. I hope you've enjoyed yourself as well.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me, man.
I just need to apologise to the viewers for putting them through our subpar casting with the terrible calls of like they're going to die here and then they full hold and then and they're going to send here and then they save and
we did a great job of being very uninformed casters today.
But hopefully the viewers at home managed to enjoy the show despite our casting performance. I'd like to think that the gameplay was good enough that even with the bronze tier casters they were still able to enjoy the show.
Hopefully.
Sick games all around and a very, very good start to the September Nova Cup. Before we end the stream, I do want to do one more shout out for the Legion TD2 skin design competition, guys. So once again, anyone who hasn't had a chance to see this already, there is a skin design competition underway. All of you artists out there in the community, think of a skin for your favorite unit. It does have to sit on the existing model, so you can't have like new arms and legs grown all over the place. You're basically painting the existing model. Nothing inappropriate or too offensive, but other than that, like memes are fine. Just go for the coolest design you can think of. Submit your design to reddit.com/LegionTD2 and the community themselves will be the ones who decide the winner. So the submission that receives the most community votes will be deemed the winner, and the winner will get not only 10,000 premium essence, but the main prize, at least I think so, is that the winning skin design will be implemented into a fully fledged skin within the game, available for purchase. And I think that's just a very, very cool first place prize. So I do have an example submission here. if you want to see it, I'm sure those who've seen it before will want to see it again because it's pretty good. Here is my red balloon chained fist. I've decided to turn the chain fist, which is one of the strongest towers in the whole game, into a nice shiny red balloon. Favourites of clowns across the country. And of course, I've got a little bit of blurb there about how I see the skin interacting in the game, the general theme of the skin, and a nice little touch there, at least in my mind, blowing my own trumpet there, is to swap the on-death sound effect that's currently just a bit of a that the chain fist makes, change that to a big pop as your balloon dies, is what I want to go with here. So I'll probably submit that on Reddit, and I know it's almost certainly going to be the winning design, but guys, I think maybe there's someone out there in the community that can think of a better design even than the red balloon chain fist. So I'll leave this here. You can have a link to the rules at any time by typing !skin comp into the chat. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see the skins that come out of that. So I'll leave this up on the screen. And I've probably talked far too much, not only for my own good, but also for everybody in Twitch chat. So Julian, before I end the stream, have you got any words of wisdom?
Well, first of all, thanks for watching, everyone. And thanks for playing, everyone who played. It's always amazing to see like a great competition. And it only works if we also have like the best players in the world signing up. And it's a pleasure to get to cast this and watch this. And I hope tomorrow is going to be epic. I hope that I'll already be in Belgium to watch it, but I can't promise it.
Good luck, dude. Well, if not, remember you've always got the VODs to catch up on the Legion
Yes.
TD2 esports webpage. So, guys, yeah, if you miss it live, you get it there. There's also YouTube videos and all the rest of it. But yeah, I know I said I didn't need to talk anymore, but guys, before I go, there has to be a shout out for the tournament organizer staff. So we've got Schnerd, we've got Natto Dog, we've got new helper now with American Honey, and we even have the new check-in bot, which I hope made things easier for you players out there, which was designed by an Australian guy called Slinky Dinky. I have no idea how that technical wizardry works, only that it does. So that's pretty fantastic that he's brought that into the scene as well. And none of this would happen without those guys working tirelessly behind the scenes. So massive shout out to all of the tournament organizers, and I promise that is enough words out of my mouth. Guys, we will see you here same time tomorrow for the grand finals day, so make sure you're here 7 p.m. CST for the wrapping up the semi-finals and the grand finals of the September Nova Cup. Guys, see you tomorrow. Peace out.
Peace out.